Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening and good morning. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in great spirits as it should. This show should find you in good spirits, baby. Because good spirits get us closer to finding the truth on these cases, right? On the facts and the things that actually matter in the case. We got some things we have got to get into. We're going to be putting in some serious traction today. Hopefully we put a decent dent in this 896-page document. 896. Anyway, as I was saying, I hope you guys are well, because there's going to be a lot of information here that we're going to be going. Jesus, man, damn. Anyway, hopefully you guys are ready. You got your libations, you got your water. Some of you guys said I better get a mega pint. Yeah, I got my mega pint of water that we're going to be going, because I needed to keep myself parched or keep myself satiated while we go through these documents, because there's a lot of documents, okay? Like I said, a lot of pages here. All right, so do me a favor, and there's a lot that we are going to unearth in this conversation today that's going to be a tough one. It's not going to be easy. We will talk about that in a second. So do me a favor, hit that like button down below, crush it, make it scream out your name. You know what to do. All right, we're here to bring justice and more clarity in this particular case. So do me a favor, hit that like button down below, hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms like Facebook. Please and thank you. If you haven't done this yet, please go over to those platforms that you are watching on that are not on YouTube and hit that follow button. That's Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Please go over there, crush that follow button over there, and of course, crush that subscribe button right here on my YouTube channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. Of course, please go check out that join button down below if you're watching on YouTube. Become a member of this family. Okay? It helps support the channel. But if you want to support the channel even further, we're having some really great conversations getting started over on my Patreon. So go over there. Become a member. Support if you can. That will be dope as hell. Go to patreon.com/The Pascal Show. It's in the ticker right there as we speak, going this way, crawling ever so slowly across the bottom of this video. Please and thank you. Okay? All right, guys. We got things to get into. Now, as you guys already know, we have been covering this case on Madeline Soto for a minute now. In fact, I wanted to pull up a photo of her so we have that. So just grant me a second, because I thought I had it up and it's not up. So let me just grab this photo real quick before we get into everything. You know what I mean? Because, you know, Madeline's face needs to be out here as much as possible. Yes, we have one of the monsters locked up, but we don't have them all, okay? And this young girl right here, beautiful young woman, beautiful young girl, okay, by the name of Madeline Soto. All right. Some might say, oh, yeah, you know, she was becoming a woman because she's 13 and all that. And some may say she's a little girl. Yeah, I still say she's a little girl, in my personal opinion. OK, she has still so much growing up that she had ahead of her. She had so much of her life still ahead of her. OK, and we have yet to get full justice on Madeline. Now, the thing is that there's documents. We've been covering the documents, some of the documents in yesterday's show. We are going to be covering more of the documents in this show as well. And again, I got to be honest. It is mind-blowing. It is shocking. It is just the information. And it's idiotic. Okay? Just the information that we just heard from the side of Stephen Stearns, pig vomit, I like to call him, okay? from the information that we've heard about Stephen Stearns and how he reacted and how his interaction has been with police, he was dumb, like, which is great because, we're all wanting this game over, right? That's what we want, where it's a wrap. Forget about it. You did the stupid deed. You've been caught. Now you're about to get locked up. And that's it. Throw away the key, bury him under the prison, right? But thing is that there's not full justice here. The problem is that we have somebody out here that's still breathing in this freedom air. And her name is Jennifer Soto, the biological mother, the woman who brought this young child into the world. Let's just say that, because I would not think how she treated this young girl and what happened to Madeline, I would say, is not what mothers do. In fact, she would be getting a lump of coal on Mother's Day. Not only just on Christmas, but on Mother's Day too. Because of the disgusting and random, mind-blowing things that she allowed to happen to this young girl for several years. Several years. And a good portion of this stuff, as we learned yesterday, happened in room number 4. Yeah. The tragedies beyond room number 4. Or the tragedies beyond door number 4. It's very disturbing and very messed up. But this woman right here, the biological person, and you call yourself a mother, who brought this child into the world, allowed these acts, these unthinkable acts, to happen for years. Now, one thing we haven't seen so far in the documents is much interaction from Jenna. I call her Jenna, all right? We're still waiting for some more information in the documents. Will we get there in part 2? Will we hear a little bit of information and her interaction with law enforcement and whatnot in this particular part 2? We will find out. But, before we get into everything, like I said, these people are trash, okay? Both of them. You can't sit here and just think that mama, okay, or this woman who brought this child into the world had no clue. At least you can't tell me she had no clue about the disgusting activities that Madeline was put through by pig vomit. You can miss me with that nonsense. Now, she can sit here all day long and go, I didn't know. Shut up. You knew exactly what you were doing. You knew exactly what was going on in room number 4. You knew exactly what was going on in your own bed with your boyfriend who you called your stepdaddy. You knew exactly what was going on. So don't sit there and stutter and be like, oh, I had no clue. Stop. Because you know for a fact at least that we already know. As far as what happened to Madeline, her last few moments on this planet, who actually took her life, we still do not know. Fully, we don't. Sure, we see pig vomit driving her around. Went back into the apartment complex, and then left the apartment complex again. Car was seen 3 separate times with this young girl's body limp in the front seat passenger side the entire time, until suddenly he got smart for some weird reason. He said, maybe I need to put her in the trunk. So he pulls over. Eyewitnesses see his dusty ass take this innocent, delicate child out of the passenger front seat of the car, and put her into the trunk of the car. Okay, fine. All we have seen is him driving her around. And then instead of burying her, he just bloop, discards her. Just drops her off in the middle of the woods, gets back in his dusty ass car and drives back home. And just lies in the police face, lies on camera in these interviews, lies. Oh, her too, let's not forget. Let's not forget the BS that was coming out of her mouth as well. But you're telling me that he's the only one who did this? Like I said, we have not seen or heard anything about who actually took this young girl's life. Now, law enforcement has already said, hey, he's already looking at capital M right now, and he's looking at the DP. You know, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. And some people will say rightfully so. That's how you drive, law enforcement. That's how you drive, right? And I leave that up to you guys in the chat to debate. But we still have yet to hear anything about what her connection, what this so-called mother's connection is to the demise of her own daughter. I'm wondering, as we're going through part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 896 pages later, I'm wondering if there's any information in here that's going to say some sort of connection to the last moments on this planet, that she had something to do with her last few moments on this planet. That's what I'd like to know. Because you got to remember, just a quick recap on the documents. Jenna changes her story a couple times. She says she saw Madeline alive, getting ready for school in the morning, right? But then we hear later on in other interviews, oh, I wasn't there. I was at work, so on and so forth. Just a bunch of malarkey. So which one's the truth? Why would she lie about whether or not she saw Madeline in the morning? Like I said, law enforcement is already looking at this and saying, hey, we got our dude. We got our bad guy. You know, let's go get some coffee and some donuts. Pat ourselves on the back. Yep, good job. Good job. You did that thing, writing that report. Good job asking those questions. Catching our bad guy. We got our culprit. Case closed, right? I don't know about all that, baby. She's been lying. True, her damn teeth. Like I said, she keeps moving the goalpost. Her timeline ain't timelining, just like his. Just like pig vomits. Oh, he mucking it up like a mother. Shut your mouth. I'm only talking about pig vomit. But he been lying like a mug. Right? Timeline ain't timelining either. And what's interesting, because he was the last one seen with her, and because he's driving his dusty ass car with her in the ride, they go, boom goes the dynamite. We already know who the dude is. We already know who the prime suspect is, but I'm still wondering who did it? How did it go down? Was Jenna really asleep and heard a scuffle going on, and therefore it was Pig Vomit's hand that did this? Or was it Jenna that did this because she was jealous of whatever relationship that had been brewing over the last several years between Maddie and Pig Vomit? Think about it for a second. Countless hours of video. Countless photos. Think about that for a second. This so-called mother wasn't even at her own daughter's 13th birthday. Remember that, guys. Remember all of that. Because it could be much deeper than what we're looking at the surface. There could be jealousy. That's the main one right there. There could be anger. There could be a moment where, let's be real, she's 13. Shoot, she's 12. She's a girl. She's a young girl. She's a budding young woman, soon to be a woman, right? There's all kinds of teenage angst. There's all kinds of kid angst. It happens. What if she lashed out? Didn't want to have something to do with whatever she was doing. Remember, allegedly she sent out a text message to her friend saying, as soon as she becomes legal, I guess, she gonna kick rocks. She gonna live out in the woods. Now, that's still, I'm wondering if that's something that she actually wrote herself or if that was something that one of them concocted just to give them some breathing space, to get the police off of their backs, right? Get them off of their scent, put them down a different route, right? Still up in the air. We still don't know that, right? We still don't know the truth behind that. But nonetheless, if it's true and if that is what she said, she realized that she couldn't take it anymore. And that what she was going through was wrong. And that enough is enough. What if, day after her birthday, she turns to him and says, no more. And he didn't have it. He didn't want to hear any of that. What if she lashed out? Like I said, so many possibilities. What if there was an argument between mother and daughter? Let me put that in quotations. Mother and daughter. Right? And mama, Jenny, lashed out. Lost control. Like I said. So many questions that I have revolving around this case. But first, before we go into this, before we go into the conversation, I just want to show you guys a little quick trip down memory lane. Okay? Because we haven't seen these in a while. We're just going to do a quick few seconds of each clip. Okay? But I just want to bring this into you for you guys. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane. Remember this BS?
So the first question is if I can have your first, your last name, and spell them both out for me.
Okay. Jennifer Soto, Jennifer Soto.
Mother.
Mother.
Jennifer, tell me how you feeling right now.
I feel like I can't breathe. All I keep thinking about is, where is she? Is she safe? Is she okay? But we're all a wreck. My entire family's a mess. We're just so worried.
When did you first realize, or when did you file a missing report?
We filed a missing report. We called the police at like 4:45 yesterday, 4:45 p.m. But she actually went missing early that morning, around between 8:45 and 9 o'clock in the morning. She went missing. We had dropped her off close to the school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way. Sorry. The way. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to share.
You share whatever you feel comfortable sharing.
You can say whatever the hell you want.
Conversations with detectives. Not sure what that conversation is, but whichever you feel comfortable sharing, that will put the awareness out there.
Yeah, she was spotted walking by the church, by the middle school, on the cameras. They saw her hang out in the parking lot for a little bit and then get up and leave. They didn't see a vehicle or anything else. They just saw her walk away.
Obviously, these are lies, right? She goes, I don't know what I'm allowed to share. Mother lover, you say everything. What you, you're not getting sued. You're trying to let people know where your kid is. Why wouldn't you not know what you can say or not say? Shush. Just shush. Right? I know this is already like something we've already seen a million times before, but I just wanted to hear you, let you guys see this mother lover talking.
But they've looked. I'm just waiting to hear anything else from them.
Is this normal behavior?
Not
to
at all.
just not show up or call or text or anything?
Not at all, no. She, from time to time, she will leave her cell phone at home accidentally, and that's actually what happened yesterday. She left her phone at home. She went to school. But that happens from time to time. She's got ADHD, her memory. She's very forgetful. So yeah, there's no way to track her right now because the detectives don't have her phone. But this isn't normal behavior now.
What was the last thing, I guess, the conversation that you two had, you and your daughter?
We spoke about her birthday party. She had a birthday party on Sunday.
This is all important. Just remember, I'm just trying to show you the receipts here, okay? Receipts.
She had a great time.
Did she have a really good time? Okay.
I couldn't make it because I was working.
She was working.
But she had an amazing time. She was so happy with all her gifts. I told her good night, and yeah, that was it. I wasn't the one who took her to school in the morning. That was my partner.
Right. Right. Remember this?
Yeah.
13?
She's 13 years old. Yes.
13. Madeline. What are you thinking right now?
In my heart, I feel like somebody took her.
Okay. So as you guys already know, we've already known this is all lies. Okay. You know, spoiler for those of y'all who are new to the party. Okay. Or who are late to the party. Okay. This is all lies. This is all lies coming from this woman's pie hole. All right. So we definitely have got, and she's sitting there going, I did not see her in the morning, blah, blah, blah. There was the birthday party. I saw her right before she went to sleep, went to bed, didn't see her in the morning. But according to documents, she says, I saw her in the morning alive and kicking, getting dressed for school. Remember all of that. We saw the body cam. She even is sitting in the body cam correcting pig vomit. As Stephen Stearns is sitting there saying, oh, wasn't she wearing she was wearing these black shorts and stuff. And she's like, no, she was not. But she claims she didn't see her daughter in the morning before she went off to school. Like I said, trash, right? Now we've heard about dusty ass pig vomit, but I need to give you guys some of that because this is just amazing. All right. And you know, of course, blame it on the Ativan. Okay. In an Ativan. Blame it on the Ativan. All right, let's take a look at this mother lover looking stoned out of his mind with his dusty ass hat. Oh. Okay, sorry. Looking like a loose condom. Let's go.
And last name is spelled them both out for me.
Stephen Stearns, Stephan, Sterns.
All right, so Stephen, you seem very emotional right now. Explain to us.
I dropped her off. Everything looked fine when I drove away. It's the last time we saw her.
What were the conversations that y'all had in the car when you dropped her off?
Not much. She was asleep for most of the way. told her have a good day at school when she got out, and I love her. She said thanks, love you too. That was it.
And so, where do you think she could possibly be? I mean, this isn't, as I was told, this isn't normal behavior.
This is not normal behavior. She's not the type that would just run off. We don't know where she could be, and we're scared. We just want her home.
Are you, in a sense, blaming yourself?
It's hard not to.
Why?
I dropped her off early. I could have waited longer. She looked okay. She was walking towards the school when I saw her. It was like any other day, so I went on with my day. It's hard not to blame myself.
What has the conversation been with Jen since?
She's been a lot stronger than me. She's been holding it together really well, but it just keeps coming in waves. Just the reality keeps hitting. We don't know where she is. We don't know if she's safe. We're just scared. We just want her home.
Have you, like, literally put boots on the ground, went out?
Yeah, I even went out with the cops where I had dropped her off.
Shut up. All right. You remember Pig Vomit and the BS that's coming out of his mouth? We were going to have a really special McDonald's breakfast, and he's trash. Dusty. All right. I just wanted to remind you what we're talking about here before we go all the way in, before we dive in to this document, okay? Because we got more documents to get into, baby. We got a lot, okay? We got a lot to get into, all right? So we're going to get into this. Hold on. Okay. So, okay. You know, it just angers the hell out of me because I want as much justice as possible for any monster like this and any of these other monsters that are lurking out here in these streets to get the justice that is coming for them. And it's all coming. Eventually, all of them will have to pay the piper, right? Pay their dues and accept accountability for the crimes that they have done. For those of y'all who are flying under the radar, y'all are some lucky mother lovers, and hopefully karma comes back and bites you swiftly in the buttocks. But nonetheless, I want justice as quickly as possible for Madeline and for all the other people, all the other victims of people like this guy and people like Jenna. Because here's the thing. Let's just be real. Say she didn't do the unaliving, but she allowed this type of treatment of Maddie for several years. So she should be locked up for just allowing that type of treatment, period, point blank. And if she was involved, if you get what I'm saying, if she was involved, she should be locked up with the Taylor Swiftness. Just saying. As quickly as possible. Because this is not somebody who should be procreating ever again. Saying that. Period, point blank. So let's get into this article, okay? Because we got to get into this. And there's a lot to dissect. There's a lot to go through. We're going to be going through a stack today. So let's get ready. All right, let me get into this. But I wanted to give you guys a quick reminder of the kind of trash, the kind of dog water that we're dealing with. All right, loves. So let's get into this smashing let's get into this. So on February 26, 2024, the Orange County Sheriff's Office was made aware of a missing juvenile. The juvenile was reported last to have been seen at this particular location within Orange County, Florida. Now, Deputy Joseph responded to this particular area and met with the reporters Stephen Stern and Jenna, from my understanding, okay, which I guess they say parent, right? 2 days later, on the 28th of February, Detective Licari, Rembus Licari, I was informed of the incident and responded to this particular area and assisted in the investigation. I first located the neighbor's hood's dumpster. I guess the neighborhood's dumpster. That's interesting that they say the neighborhood's dumpster. But anyway, which was behind the basketball courts. The dumpster had a trash compacting function that did not allow me to see items other than a couple of bags that were yet to be compacted. I observed several cameras in the area that pointed at the dumpster, which is obviously a dead giveaway. And obviously this shows Stefan taking the white bag filled with stuff and the busted tire and throwing in the dumpster, right? I then assisted with a door-to-door area canvas and missing juvenile flyer distribution at the following addresses. And it's all of these addresses, okay? A gang of apartments, all right? At this particular location, I made contact with Barbara and Gerald Belmore and interviewed them. I later returned to their residence and conducted a consensual audio recorded sworn interview. I uploaded the recorded interview into evidence via Axon. The following is the summary of those interviews. Barbara and Gerald have spent their winters and springs at the complex for the past 18 years. And no, Jenna, Maddie's grandfather, Jenna resided with, or Madeline, resided with somebody and her mother, Jenna, for many years and helped raise Madeline. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is, okay? A few years later, this particular person, okay, so a person lived there, resided with Maddie and her mother, Jenna, and for many years helped raise Madeline. A few years ago, she moved out, or this person moved out, and this person married another person's stepfather. See, now this is a few years later, a few years ago, this person moved out, and Jenna married Maddie's stepfather's pig vomit, which is weird because we've heard that he's just a boyfriend. Then I keep hearing he's a stepfather. So this is just from their interview, right? So this could just be hearsay, rumor, and whatnot, right? Barbara and Gerald believe Stefan, pig vomit, worked out of town because they arrived at the complex in December 2023, and they had not seen, I guess, pig vomit until approximately a week ago. Okay? Barbara and Gerald were unsure what kind of vehicle he drove, but they had seen him a few days back into, I guess it's Jenna's white vehicle. The described, I guess they have so many typos in this damn thing. So they described pig vomit as tall white male with a full beard and usually wears that dusty baseball cap, man. Oh, I swear to God that hat haunts me. I swear to God, I wake up in cold sweats from a nightmare. I'm like, dusty hat, hold me, I'm cold. You know, that damn hat. Anyway, according to Barbara and Gerald, Maddie never walked home to or from school. So Jenna drove her to and from every day. However, they did not remember seeing her return home from school on Monday or Tuesday. But they believe the last time they saw her was Saturday or Sunday when she was walking the family dog, which caught their eye because Jenny usually walked the dog. Or, yeah, I would assume it's Jenny because why would it catch their eye, right? So Maddie is walking the dog, but it caught their eye because Jenny was usually walks the dog. Okay. On Monday night, Barbara looked through her window and observed 3 people at Jenny's door. One of them was an adult male, an adult female, and she was unsure about the third one. Barbara saw one of them, I guess, say hi to someone, I guess. Barbara saw one of them hi someone. I don't know what that means. Maybe high five someone. It caught Barbara's eye because the family does not have many visitors. Barbara and Gerald described Maddie as a sweet girl, adored by her grandfather. They added that she was a homebody and very polite. All right. At the conclusion of the area, conclusion of the area canvas, I responded to the clubhouse at this area, where I met with detectives and reviewed surveillance video from the dumpster areas and front gates to include a video in which a security guard made contact with pig vomit on the morning of the incident. The security guard was later identified as such and such. Okay? He was contacted and he responded to the clubhouse where he was interviewed by Detective Kyle. I was present during the interview. On February 28th, this is a supplemental report. So, on February 28th, I responded to this particular place to assist in the investigation of Madeline's disappearance. Upon arrival, I assisted with canvassing the area for video and handing out flyers to residents. While on the scene, it was determined the community trash compactor had not been picked up since her disappearance, which is good news, right? I located the trash compactor in the community to and establish custody of it until Waste Management arrived for their regularly scheduled pickup. I then followed the trash compactor to this particular location where the compactor was emptied. Contact was made with WM, with the Waste Management District Manager, Roman, who provided a separate area for the compactor to be emptied. Antonio was provided an appropriate date and time that pig vomit was seen throwing a tire into the compactor. Based on that information, Antonio was able to provide an approximate location the tire would be located in the contents of the compactor. That's interesting. So the OSCO forensic unit responded to the location and was able to locate the intact tread of a tire, which they advised the tread pattern matched the near passenger tire of Stefan's vehicle. In close proximity to the tire, the crime scene investigators located a white trash bag that contained a black backpack with what appeared to be a purple Hawaiian print. I guess it's a purple Hawaiian print shirt and a white croc. Inside the backpack, CSIs located an Ocean County Public School computer with Maddie's name on it, which we already know about all this stuff too. Based on this, it was determined the backpack and the contents belonged to Maddie. The forensic unit collected the tire, backpack, and croc. Detectives at this particular location provided photos of the surveillance video showing Stefan throwing a similar looking trash bag into the compactor on the 26th of February at approximately 7:30 a.m. 7:30 a.m., remember. Antonio signed the search portion of the waivers and affidavits form, which provided consent to the OCSO employees to search the WM property and trash compactor to collect the evidence. This concluded my involvement in the case. First off, you got a dude that's out here, okay? He is looking through, they're out here looking through all the content, looking through all the stuff, all right? And then, of course, we're seeing right now that they're like, hey, we went and we saw the footage. We saw him throwing a tire in there. We saw before that he threw a bag, like a trash bag, a white trash bag in this compactor, right? First, he threw that in. Then he went back and he threw a tire in there too, okay? They said that we see all that stuff. They did everything they could. They got the okay from waste management, okay, from the waste management district manager to sift through the trash, and they were able to find all those things. And I guess it was when they say a purple Hawaiian print, I'm thinking it's a purple Hawaiian print t-shirt or a shirt, right? And a white Croc. Then on top of that, the fact that they were able to find a black backpack, and inside that black backpack was a laptop with her name on it. Dead giveaway, right? Him walking around in his red shirt at that time, wearing his red Deadpool shirt, which apparently is been caught on photos, salacious, disturbing photos showing Madeline in very compromising positions. Same Deadpool shirt. He's seen walking around with his dusty ass hat and that red shirt. Just some things to put into consideration real quick. All right. Continues getting wilder, guys. While conducting a canvass of the area, all right, Detective Shaw and I discovered a gray graphic tank top near the bank of the retention pond that was located approximately 50 feet east of the aforementioned intersection. This shirt was approximately 10 to 15 feet west of the bank of this retention pond. This graphic shirt was photographed and later placed into a evidence locker. Now, this is interesting. This is them canvassing all of these of the neighborhood, which I think is, and this shows like the work that they were doing, right? You know, they're just going door to door, right? So we're not going to go through every single door, every single apartment, but you can see in here that they are knocking on every door, seeing if they've, have you seen this girl? Have you seen this girl? And a lot of them are like, nope. Some of them aren't answering the door, so on and so forth. But they are canvassing the area to see if anybody had seen her. But a lot of them are either resident has never seen her, or there was no answer at the door, which is understandable. Most people are going to be at work maybe during that time, right? And also, not everybody sees everybody in their apartment complex, right? So still, all that, going through all of that, right? Bang, 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 bang. No answer. Resident has never seen her, so on and so forth. Not one of them has said like, yeah, I saw her right there doing this, that, and third. Nothing. So far, zero. Same thing over and over again. Either they'd never seen her or there was no answer at the door. Never seen her. No answer at the door. Never seen her. Never seen her. Never seen her. No answer. Like I said, they're going through look at this. This is some serious work. Okay? This is some serious work. I commend law enforcement for doing what they're doing. Like I said, none of these are saying anything except the same thing over and over again. But they are canvassing the area to see if if any of the residents saw anything, if they saw her, etc. Okay? That's amazing. Shout out to law enforcement, man. Real talk. I give credit where credit is due, dagnabbit. That's just how I roll. Maybe some other people don't roll like that, but I give credit where credit is due. Moving on, search warrants. February 28th, I authored an exigent. I've never heard of that word before. Okay. Search warrant for the phone numbers of this person and this person. Okay. The search warrant was signed by the Judge Whitehead of the 9th Judicial Circuit in Orange County, Florida. The signed warrant was provided to the Electronic Surveillance Support System, the team, the ESST, to be served to the service providers. ESST provided the results of of pen register, trap, and trace device search warrant for the phone numbers, and they are attached to this report. So we are going to kind of like skim through it all because some of it's just all this technical jargon type stuff, but it is still important. Okay. This detective also authored a search warrant for Meta Inc. in reference to either Maddie's account. Okay. So Maddie's Instagram and account such and such, which I don't know what that is. The search warrant was signed by the same judge. All right. And it was, of course, they were there to look into her social medias and all that. Moving on, another search warrant, okay, for the white 2010 Nissan Sentra with this particular license plate, which I understand that's Jenna's car. The search warrant was signed by the judge, same thing, and it was provided to the OCSO homicide unit to be executed. I conducted a search warrant return to the clerk of courts for the search warrant of the vehicle, the white 2010 Nissan, okay, Sentra, with the license plate, Jenna's car. All right. Moving on, this particular person, this particular officer responded to this location in White Garden, Florida, room 239, checked with the hotel staff, and they advised room 239 was checked in by Stephen Stern by pig vomit, and they had already checked out of the room on that day at approximately noon. He rented the room for one night only. The hotel staff allowed me to inspect the room. The room had not been cleaned by housekeeping yet, and I observed no personal belongings left in the bedroom or left in the room. Okay, and he took no further action in the case. Interesting. So they were conducting a canvassing of the area of Gateway Avenue and Orangewood Boulevard. Detective Alicia, I think, located exterior cameras at the Exxon gas station at this particular address, all right, on Gateway Avenue. The camera appeared to be pointed to the street area. Upon review, located what appeared to be a silver car traveling eastbound at approximately 9:16 a.m. on the 26th of February. The vehicle appeared to have no tint on the window so you can see through the windows as it drives by. A copy of this video was submitted to Axion. This concludes my involvement in the case. So they got footage. They saw him driving by, and they saw, right? Driving right by, and they saw, right? They saw his car, and they could see see right through the windows. So I'm sure they were like, we could see her in the car, possibly slumped over still, before he made that transfer from the front seat to the trunk of the car. That could be it too, right? And yes, there is talk about her passing and how she may have passed. And of course, when we get to that point, we will get to that point. Okay. But sit tight. S-Dubs, thank you so much. I'm buying a hat. Driving all over. I am buying a hat. Driving all over with it outside my Jeep and mailing it to you for all the Dusty Vomit, Dusty Pig Vomit vibe lives. Yeah, absolutely. Come on now. Have mercy. He is, it is just, see, you need, like a nice crisp hat, you might have to clean it up every once in a while, but once it gets past that point, you need to change it up, guys. Okay? You just need, or buy the same hat. Do you know how many times I've bought this hat, this version of this hat? Have mercy. Okay? Just saying, you got to look clean somewhat. At least try. Damn. Okay. Wednesday, 27th 2024, in the year of our Lord, 2024. All right. Detective Freeze responded to the area of this particular address in Orlando, Florida. Upon my arrival, I made contact with Deputy Andrews, who advised that pieces of unknown article have been located near the pond that sits behind the residence and other homes in the neighborhood. Photos of the item were taken by Deputy Andrews. Contact was made with the homeowner, Nunez, who advised she did not recognize the article. The article is a soft cloth material, which is yellow in color. The item was ripped in 3 different pieces. This concludes my involvement in the case. It's crazy how many people are involved, right? How much is involved. It's crazy. It takes a village. You know what I'm saying? It really does take a village. And a village of police, a village of people, a village of content creators, a village of journalists, you know what I mean? To keep a story out here, to find these individuals, to bring justice for the ones that we have lost, right? It's pretty insane, right? And all these pieces could be something, and then it could be nothing, but they are still keeping notes on all those things, right? I'm just saying. All right. March 1st, Orange County Sheriff's Office Violent Crimes Detective Leonard Jones was tasked with assisting in this investigation. After Jones received a short briefing on the latest details of this investigation, he responded to the area of Destination Parkway and John Young Parkway to canvass for evidence. During that time, Jones responded to Holiday Inn Club Vacations located at this particular place in Orlando, Florida. Upon arrival, Jones made contact with the business senior manager, Garcia, who allowed Jones to review their surveillance footage from February 26, 2024. According to the surveillance footage, Jones discovered that at approximately 9:40 a.m., the target vehicle, Pig Vomit's car, turned onto the above business property from Emissary Avenue, then proceeded to their parking garage. This is the part where he moved her body, right? From the front seat to the trunk. Approximately 9:41 a.m., the vehicle arrived at the top level of the parking garage, then backed into a parking space. At approximately 9:42 a.m., a fair-skinned male wearing what appeared to be a dark hat, his hat, reddish shirt, and tan pants exited the vehicle from the driver's seat, then walked to the back of the vehicle and opened the truck. They say truck, but it's trunk. The male then walked to the passenger side of the vehicle, opened the door, then proceeded to carry what appeared to be a limp female body to the trunk of the vehicle. At approximately 9:44 a.m., the same male subject entered the driver's seat of the same vehicle, then drove away. The vehicle was then seen exiting the parking garage from the ground level, then leaving the business property onto Emissary Avenue. They collected the surveillance footage, as well as a signed business record certification from Garcia to be later placed into evidence for the OCSO. All right. Okay. Investigative detail, February 27th. This is Detective Chang. Okay. He responded to this particular area to assist Detective Tagler in reference to a missing persons investigation. So, February 27th, I authored a search warrant to search the residence of 13-year-old victim, Maddie, located at this location. The warrant was subsequently signed by Honorable Judge Whitehead. Review of traffic cameras. February 27th, through law enforcement resources, I observed a silver Lincoln, okay, with Florida plates traveling through multiple locations in Orange and Osceola County, Florida. Pig Vomit's car was registered, okay? Pig Vomit's car was actually registered to Pig Vomit's father, but was primarily used by Pig Vomit. That's good to know. That's why he said, it's not really my car. I don't know if there's a clock that works in the car. Oh, heck. Oh, heck. We just want to find our angel. Oh. The information I observed was provided to Kissimmee Police, KPD, Detective Ilger, and Detective Tagler. February 28th, KPD, Detective Ilger provided me additional information regarding the location of Pig Vomit's vehicle as it traveled through St. Cloud and Osceola County. The information obtained was forwarded to Detective Tagler and the OCSO command post. February 28th, I was served the search warrant for this particular location and assisted the OCSO forensic unit in searching the apartment. Simultaneously, during the search, detectives learned of photographs and videos on Pig Vomit's phone where Pig Vomit appeared to have SA'd 13-year-old victim, Maddie. We were able to locate multiple articles of clothing worn by Pig Vomit and Maddie in the photos. Multiple articles of bedding and towels observed in the photos were located as well. All items were documented and collected by the OCSO forensic unit for evidence. On the 29th, I assisted Osceola County Forensic Unit in collecting additional evidence from this location. I transported Pig Vomit's cell phone from the OCSO Central Operations Building located in 2500 West Colonial Drive in Orlando, Florida, to this particular location to reference the photographs. So he went back to the same location, the house, okay, to reference the photos located on the phone during the search. Numerous additional clothing items, towels, and bedding was located inside the apartment located at the above address. Pig Vomit's cell phone remained in my possession and was returned to a secured digital evidence locker located at the OCSO Central Operations Building after the search. All evidence found at the apartment was documented and collected by Osceola County Forensic Unit. It should be noted, prior to the search of Pig Vomit's apartment, I was advised there were photographs located on Stefan's phone, Pig Vomit's phone, where he appeared to record his roommate. Let me say that again. Wow. Let me say that again. Because he says roommate. Yeah, I'm taking a moment. Sorry, I'm taking a little bit of a moment because I'm like, what? Say what? Because it would just say Jenna's daughter, right? But there's apparently prior to the search warrant, okay, of his apartment, I was advised there were photos located on Pig Vomit's phone where he appeared to record his roommate, such and such, in secret. While at the apartment, I was able to utilize his cell phone and recreate the angle and contents of the photographs, placing his cell phone under the crack of such and such bedroom door. I photographed the placement of Pig Vomit's cell phone and uploaded it to evidence.com. Who be the roommate? Leah just said this, which is, if this is true, wow. So he was doing creep shots. This dude is we already knew he was a creeper, but my God, he's a creeper. So he had some ladies that lived there, maybe a lesbian couple or something like that. And he took some photos of one of them asleep. That's interesting. I just read we just went through 87. Hold on. We're going back a little bit. No, this is them at seeing the vehicle, them taking the stuff out of the vehicle, taking her out of the vehicle and putting her in the trunk. Right by this Holiday Inn. So that's not it. But I'm sure soon we'll understand a little bit more about this alleged roommate, because that's news to me. I didn't know that there was roommates in the crib. Okay. Man, that's crazy. Okay, moving on though. That's creepy. So he was able to go and go. He did it like this. He did this angle, and he did a creep shot of somebody that was actually living in Jenna's home. That was an actual roommate. That's just, I'm sorry, the grody. That's so grody. That's so that's nasty, man. Damn. Okay. So sorry. I mean, we're going to continue on because, like I said, we're going to crush some stuff today. And I still need I'm still needing to get that packet for Rex Heuermann. I haven't seen that yet. Okay. Exigent. So it's exigent. Thanks. It means emergency, time sensitive, no need for a warrant. Thank you so much, Dogs with Jobs. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for that clarity. I was like, exigent? I'm just, some of this, I kind of skim through, and then when you're reading it out loud, you're like, you know what I mean? So I appreciate that. You're still kind of cold reading it, even though you've read it. You feel me? Because there's a lot. It's a lot of content here. Okay, a lot of verbiage. Lot of verbiage. All right. Hold on one second, guys. I'm just checking some things here real quick before we continue. But that's good to know that there is that there were roommates. I didn't know that there were roommates before. So that's good to know. I just thought that he just lived with them and then all this nastiness was going on. And I'm kind of curious if there really were roommates. I'm wondering what they know. I'd love to pick their brains, right? I'd love to pick their brains. Yeah, I haven't got April, just a little bit of a left turn, I know, but we just saw that press conference. I have yet to see the packet that they sent out, but if anybody has that, please send it my way. Okay, Shawty, send it my way, because I'd love to see it. Real talk. Okay, because we will cover it on the show. Okay, we will do a document dump again. All right, but this is dump for this one, dump number 2, part 2. Okay, so let's get back into this. All right, I appreciate all y'all for being here. Do me a favor though. Whoo! Please do me a favor. Excuse me, hit that like button down below. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Hit that like button down below. That would be really appreciated. Hit that like button down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that yet. Hit that follow button. All right. If you're watching on any of these other platforms, please share as well. That'd be greatly appreciated. I'm sure a lot of other people want to know what the hell's going on with this case and if we are going to see Jenna locked up here soon. Let's continue on. March 1st, I assisted Detective Heller with downloading and conducting an initial review of the Google search warrant return of the Google account belonging to Pig Vomit. During the initial review, I observed numerous photographs in the return, which I had also observed to be located on Stephen Stern's cell phone as well. On the 4th, 3 days later, the evidence was transferred on a hard drive to KPD detective Morris. Interesting. Let's continue. Another incident report on the 28th of February. Detective Khalees. My milkshake brings all the... I'm sorry. But Detective Khalees, all right, with the OCSO homicide unit, assisted in investigating a missing person juvenile. The juvenile was identified as Maddie. The following is Detective Khalees's involvement with the case. So they were tasked with authoring historical phone orders for Jenna, Stephen Stearns, and Maddie. Below are the phone numbers associated with each person. These are the numbers. Once the historical phone orders were authored, all orders were reviewed and approved by Honorable Judge Whitehead. Once the orders were approved, they were submitted to the phone companies with the assistance of FDLE. So, also on the 28th of February, Detective Khalees, along with OCSO sex crimes detective Acosta, interviewed with this person. This interview was conducted at the OCSO's Central Operations Building. The interview was audio recorded. I'm assuming this is Jenna. Audio recorded and uploaded to evidence.com. The following is a synopsis of the interview. It should be noted, Detective Khalees did not conduct the entire interview. After answering a few questions, they stopped the interview and waited for detectives from KPD. The following is a synopsis of this detective's interview. During the interview, Jenna confirmed, or maybe pig vomit, confirmed that Jenny confirmed that Maddie lives with her and that her boyfriend of approximately 7 years was Stephen Stearns. As the interview continued, Jenna stated that on quote-unquote rare occasions, Maddie and Stephen slept in the same bed. Yeah. According to Jenna, the reason for this is so she could get some sleep because sometimes all three of them slept in the same bed. She also confirmed that with Detective Khalees that she and Stephen had been intimate in the biblical kind. This detective presented Jenny with various images that were recovered from Stephen's cell phone. First image was a hand placed on the rear of a female. After reviewing the image, Jenna identified this hand belonging to Stephen. Next, Detective Khalees showed Jenna a close-up photo of a white male's nether regions. She reviewed the picture, but was unable to identify the nether regions. This detective also presented Jenny with another image of the nether regions pulled over a pair of pants. Again, she viewed this image and identified this body part belonging to pig vomit. She believed this was Stephen's whatnot based on the clothing and blanket near his body part. A few moments later, Detective Khalees paused the interview with Jenna and waited for KPD detectives to respond so the interview could continue. Detective Khalees did not participate in the interview with Jenna once Kissimmee detectives arrived. On Thursday, the 29th of February, Detective Khalees, along with other Orange County Sheriff's Office homicide detectives, conducted an extensive area canvass near Old Hickory Tree Road. The canvass was met with negative results. So see, this is interesting. There was a hold on, because there's something very interesting about this. There's a potential. Let me explain. Unfortunately, guys, we have to hover around this part for a second. I am so sorry, but I see something here, okay? Hit that like button down below, please, and thank you. Don't forget to hit that follow button, that subscribe button, okay? Check out my Patreon. We got a conversation starting off over there, so please go check out my Patreon. It's in the ticker down below. Okay. I'm going to read this part again, the second to last paragraph. I think this is really important, okay? So this detective showed a close-up photo of this male appendage, okay? She viewed the picture, but was unable to identify the appendage. Now, and then let me finish this thought here really quick. Wasn't able to identify it, but then they showed her another image where he was presenting himself. Again, she looked at this photo, and I definitely identified that as pig vomit. Now, the reason why I say this, the reason why I'm like, wait a second, something's weird, is because are they showing her two different weed whackers? Think about it for a second. Are they showing her two different male appendages? Or is it just a bad angle, different angle, so on and so forth? She was able to identify the hand placed on a buttocks, and she said, yep, that's Stefan. But then they show her a weed whacker, and she says, I don't know if that's him. I don't think so. And shows her another. And she goes, yep, that's him. I'm asking for a friend. Could there possibly be more than just one lead actor on his phone? Think about it for a second. She couldn't identify, but she's been intimate with this dude. And she's been intimate with this dude for a long time. Trust me, ladies and fellas, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter, you know what I mean? If you are with your lover, your best friend, your mans, I guarantee you, if there was a picture of his weed whacker, you could pick it out like that. Oh, that's him. Oh, that's definitely him. You've been with that person for how long? You're gonna know. She did say, Alyssa, she did say to paragraph above, two paragraphs above, if I'm correct, she said right here, let me just blow this up so you guys can see it in the nosebleed seats. Hold on. Because the way I look at this, hold on. She also confirmed with Detective Khalees that she and Stefan had been intimate, had relations with each other. She's been with him for a very, very long time. You got to remember, she has been with him just as long as he has been with Maddie, and he has been with her for years. Think about that for a second. I'm not trying to stir the pot. I'm not trying to start any problems. I'm not trying to throw crazy speculation. But you're telling me that as she's looking at these photos, She can't identify this weed whacker, but she can identify this weed whacker like that. That tells me something's up. That tells me he may not be the only lead actor, for lack of a term. For lack of a better term. This is when we all say in unison, hamburger. Okay, let's continue on though. I don't think has anybody else caught that? Because I know a lot of other people are covering this thing, and I'm going, okay, she didn't. And I will put this out here too, just to play be the smart guy for a second. All right, to put things in consideration and look on the other side of the fence. It could be a weird angle of a photo of a weed whacker. I'm sorry for saying weed whacker, but I can't say I can't say the whatnot. Can't say that word very often. Okay, the penis. You can't say that word. So weed whacker it is. So you got maybe that it's a weird angle. That could be it too. But the fact that she can't identify that one, but then the next one she goes, oh, that's him. But she's also going, it's based on the clothing and the blanket near his weed whacker. What? Now, they could be nothing. But it also could be something there too. There could possibly be other weed whackers on his phone. Could. The other thing, though, too, is that he has a birthmark or a mark on his part. He has a mark, a very distinctive mark. On his thing. So you know what I'm saying? So something's weird. Again, it could be nothing. I could be reading into it. I could be reaching. I know some of y'all are going, yo, you're reaching, Pascal, you're reaching. And I could be reaching. But the way I read that seems a little bit odd. She couldn't identify him. And I'm telling you, ladies, you know your man's thing, okay? Okay. Some of y'all are up close and personal with that stuff on a weekly basis, okay? So I'm just saying, let's continue on, though. We got miles to go before we sleep, babies. Let's continue on. And I wouldn't be surprised if there were other photos, okay, of other, as somebody said, Vienna sausages. I'm done. Oh. Vienna sausages. Maybe. Okay. So let's get on to the next thing. All right. Okay. So this particular officer was briefed regarding the missing case of Maddie. All right. So let's get into this. So contact with Kissimmee Police Department. I was tasked with meeting with KPD Detective Ilgen. It was learned the vehicle of Stephen Stearns of silver 2010 Lincoln was observed traveling on Old Hickory Tree Road as it passed Hickory Tree Elementary, located at this particular place in St. Cloud, Florida. I was informed the vehicle passed the school on Monday, the 26th of February, at approximately 1:12 p.m. as it traveled south towards Nolte Road on the 26th, Monday, approximately 2:17 p.m. The same vehicle passed the school traveling north towards Interstate 192. I met with Detective Ilgen of the KPD at the Hickory Tree Elementary School. I made contact with Patricia O'Neill, okay, not Patrice O'Neill, but Patricia O'Neill, and conducted a sworn audio recorded statement with her outlining the fact that she was the custodian of records for the surveillance video at the school. Patricia O'Neill provided the surveillance video electronically. Canvas. Next, I conducted a canvas of Old Hickory Tree Road. I located a black tire on the vacant field associated with the CEMEX USA, located in this particular place in St. Cloud, Florida. I contacted OCSO, forensics, and investigator C. Marcus. Okay, responded and collected the tire. It was later learned this vehicle's tire was irrelevant in the investigation, but at least they still pulled it up no matter what. Video surveillance collection. I located potential business cameras in to the north of the vacant lot where the tire was located. The cameras were affixed to the rockers' lockers located at this address. I made contact with business representative Deja. Deja was unable to download the video. Digital forensic investigator Chong responded and collected the DVR to extract the video. I further located cameras on the Osceola window and doors located at this address in St. Cloud, Florida. I made contact with Bateman and conducted a sworn audio statement with her detailing the video collection. Bateman was unable to extract the surveillance video, and of course, Chong came in and got the video. Towing of vehicle. At 8:30 p.m., I responded to the Town Place Suites at Flamingo Crossings, located in Winter Garden, Florida, in referencing to the towing of a 2022 Nissan four-door sedan bearing Florida tag number such and such. I located the vehicle in the parking lot and towed it to the OCSO or over to the Orange County Sheriff's Office. I followed the vehicle as it was being towed and relinquished custody to the OCSO forensic investigator Miller. Interview with Madeline Alejandro. So, February 29th, I'm sorry. February 29th, Madeline Alejandro called the OCSO and reported she possibly had information on this case. Kissimmee Police Detective Smallwood and I responded to her residence. Kissimmee, conducted an interview with her. Following the general is a general summary of her sworn audio recorded interview. She reported she came to know Stephen Stearns through working with him at Disney. She explained their relationship became intimate around December of 2022 and ended in May of 2023. Oh, he was out here. He was gallivanting. Possibly gallivanting behind her back, behind Jenna's back. So during this time, this woman said Stephen Stearns told her that he was separated from his girlfriend, Jenna. This woman that he was dating at that time stated Stephen Stearns told her, although he was separated from his girlfriend, he still slept at Jenna's residence, and specifically in the bed with Maddie. This woman also says Stephen Stearns justified this behavior by saying he needed to cuddle with her so she could fall asleep. This woman also further recalled a conversation she had with Stephen Stearns, where he told her that he would wake up in the bed with Maddie with a full-on Roger and had to turn around in the bed. This woman felt the comments that Pig Vomit made to her about sleeping with Maddie were inappropriate and stopped talking to him shortly after they were made. Holy cow. Now another interview with another person. This one's fully redacted, thank God. Detective Ramirez and I tasked with making contact with this particular person at this possible address of this place. As I knocked on the door, I was greeted by this person's wife, such and such. They invited us into the home and agreed to speak to us. They described he was close friends. He described, okay, this person described he was close friends with Stephen Stearns, and his daughter was best friends with Maddie. This person said he and his family moved to Colorado, but just flew back after learning about her missing, about Madeline missing. This person had no information on the case. The interview with this person was audio recorded. Have mercy. He literally, I'm sorry, I don't mean to roll back, but I got to roll back a little bit. The girl that he was having relations with, right? Sounds like he stepped out on Jenna. And then he's like, yeah, we're separated, but I'm still living there. And I have to lay with her, to cuddle with her, because so she can fall asleep. And then he actually told her that he would get, he'd pitch a tent around her. But he says he would just turn around. He would just turn over. That isn't weird. That isn't weird. That isn't weird. Right? That's crazy, guys. It's just good. Bleh. All right. Let's move on to the next thing. And that was an interview from a girlfriend. Somebody actually, other than Jenna, slept with his ass. But then she said, oh, I'm going to kick rocks. I'm out of here. After he said that, which, by the way, this is what angers me about this. Like, because we have to talk about that. We gotta address the elephant in the room. Why didn't she report that? I'm just saying. Why didn't she report that? Why didn't she report that? I repeat, why didn't she report that? You hear somebody say something like that, you report that. But she just said, all I got to do is, bye. He said something to you that is messed up, that needed to be looked into. You report that ish, yo. You report that. But moving on. Woo-sa, ladies and germs. Woo-sa. Thank you guys so much for being here. It really does mean a lot. It really means the world to me, okay? Because going through all this stuff is not easy. So all of us holding hands together and going through this together means a lot, okay? It really, really does. We got a lot going on. And you said, disown her? What? Yeah, we're going to get to that. We're not even there yet. You're not that late. I mean, you late. You an hour and 30 minutes late, but you ain't that late. You feeling me? So let's continue on, okay? Thank you so much for being here, man. All y'all. It really means a lot. February 28th, I responded to this particular location to supervise the execution of a search warrant. During the search, Orange County Forensics was present, photographed the residence, and collected numerous items of clothing and bedding, which were identified as being in contact with the victim during SA. Most of the items were collected from the downstairs bedroom. Oh, that's interesting. And divided off sleeping area in the living room. That's interesting. So the downstairs bedroom, where I'm sure they all slept in the same bed together, bad things were happening there. That's where they collected most of the items of this SA items, okay? Evidence of SA. Then also in the living room. What did I say about that living room? They said she was literally living, she had a bed in the living room with a little desk and a little spot that she could have and a little separator. And that was it. So she was living out there with no privacy whatsoever. Not even a door to close, period. She lived in the living room. So they were able to get the stuff from the divided sleeping area in the living room and in the downstairs bedroom. Okay? Then they said some additional items were collected from the upstairs bedroom with the number 4 on it. Okay. After forensics left the residence, a roommate named, this is the interesting part, a roommate named such and such arrived and requested items from her bedroom. What? there's a roommate. I escorted her while she collected clothing and toiletries from her room and left the residence. Who is this roommate? This is news to me, guys. There is a roommate, y'all. Approximately, 4:40 p.m.? I was notified that the OCSO emergency response team members located a glove in the wooded area to the north of the apartment. I responded to collect the gloves. The gloves were located approximately 30 feet into the wood line on the ground. One glove was balled up inside the other. I photographed the glove and the surrounding area before placing them into an evidence envelope and later turned them over to forensics. Approximately 5:19 p.m., forensics manager of Nylander, called me and notified me that they located some of Madeline's belongings in the trash, including the white crock, the single white crock. CSI Janiak recalled seeing Crocs in the downstairs bedroom. I re-entered the residence and locked in the downstairs bedroom and looked in the downstairs bedroom for white Crocs. I located 3 white Croc shoes near the window. One of the pairs was a women's size 8 and a single left shoe 5 to 7, which matched the right size 5'7" located in the trash. I took photographs of the shoe, packaged the shoe, and later turned it to forensics as well. That's crazy. So whatever happened fairly quickly. She something happened to her. So much that he and it looked like this was not premeditated, to a certain extent. He did what he did, or they did what they did to Maddie, then wrapped her up, and then just leaving her shoe behind. It happened so quickly. You see what I'm saying? So that's a possibility too. We got to look into this. We got to keep going. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. All right, let's continue on. February 28th, Detective Cole was tasked with collecting surveillance video regarding this investigation. I responded to this particular area. This is the smoker shop. I spoke with an employee who stated that the owner, Withrow, was at a different shop and had access to the video. I went to the other store location located at this particular place where I met with John, and he provided him with an evidence submission link via Axon Capture. Using the link, John uploaded a video surveillance clip from that particular location on John Young Parkway, depicting a white male wearing a blue shirt and black hat entering the store, purchasing items, then leaving shortly after. So Pig Vomit did indeed get into the vape shop to get his vape juice. He did get his vape juice. John also emailed a screenshot of a list of transactions completed by the subject of the photo, Pig Vomit. The screenshot was later uploaded into evidence.com by John via that capture link. After collecting the surveillance video, I was tasked to responding to the OCSO Central Operations Building to review images located on Stefan's phone by the OCSO Digital Forensic Unit. Upon reviewing the contents of these pictures and videos of Pig Vomit, I observed several pictures depicting what appeared to be Maddie being in very compromising positions and situations. There were pictures of Maddie both awake and asleep, as things were the focal point of these pictures, if you get what I'm saying. It should be noted that the appendage observed doing things to Maddie had distinct marking on it, consisted of a bright pinkish color skin below the head. If you get what I'm saying. Okay? And down the shaft of the whatnot. Several other pictures capturing this distinct pattern were observed on the phone. Further, as I was reviewing the pictures and videos, I observed several pieces of clothing that include patterned underwear, shirts, blankets, and sheets. Simultaneously, detectives of the OCSO were executing a search warrant for his home address of this area. The address is also where the victim and mother live. The detectives searching the residence were contacted and confirmed they found the same distinctive clothing worn by both Stefan and the victim in Stefan's room and the victim's room. I was later tasked with authoring an infotainment search warrant for the vehicle being driven by pig vomit. His car, which we already know what kind of car it is, was already sealed and towed by the members of the OCSO on February 28th. The search warrant was submitted via a secure electronic filing system on the 28th of February at approximately, what's that? Well, what is that? Is that 8:51 p.m.? The search warrant was later signed by the Honorable Judge Whitehead. The signed warrant was later executed by agents from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. At the time, this supplement was or is being authored. The results of the search warrant are still pending. I also authored an infotainment search for Jenna's vehicle, which is the 2022 Nissan Sentra. The search warrant was submitted via a secure electronic filing on the 29th of February at approximately 11:48 a.m. The signed search warrant was provided to agents of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. I authored a search warrant of the vehicle I guess it's Jenna's vehicle, to search for International Mobile Subscriber Identity, IMSI, Mobile Subscriber Identification Number, MSID, Mobile Identification Number, MIN, and or instrument bearing the same electronic serial number, ESN. Okay, and a bunch of other stuff as well. The purpose of the search was to locate one of these identifiers to write another search warrant to recover any historical geolocation data. The search warrant was submitted via a secure electronic filing system on the 29th of February at approximately 6:20 p.m. The search warrant was signed by Judge Whitehead. The signed search warrant was provided to agents of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They later executed the search warrant, which yielded negative results. It was discovered the vehicle had access to Sirius XM with a unique radio identifier. As such, I authored an investigative subpoena for Sirius XM. At the time this report is authored, the subpoena is still waiting to be signed and served. This concludes my involvement in this investigation. You know, and of course they're doing, like I said, they're using all kinds of, they're following all kinds of data, etc. And that's crazy stuff. Okay, crazy stuff. Now I know some of you guys are waiting for the moment that we've all been waiting for, and which is the title of this video. So let's get into it. Background. February 26, Sector 4, deputies responded to this particular place in reference to a missing juvenile, later identified as Maddie. Of course, it was last seen on the 26th. Now, when she was dropped off near a particular location by pig vomit, was then reported missing by her mother, Jenna, after discovering Maddie did not attend school that day. On the 27th, I, Detective Bradshaw, responded to this location in reference to follow-up interviews. Here's one of the interviews. Interview with such and such. This is an interview with one of Maddie's friends. Okay? So I'm just going to say such and such or blank because I don't know this young girl's name and we shouldn't know her name. Here we go. Blank is the best friend of Maddie, also known as blank, and they have known each other since they were in 4th grade. She is also close with Maddie's mother, Jenny. Blank has never told her anything about running away, other than if she did, she would run away to the woods and find a place to stay. Blank told her she didn't get along with her mom. Blank told her she didn't get along with her mom. Blank had heard from another friend that Maddie's mom told her she was going to kick her out of the house and disown her when she turned 18 or 19. She talked to Blank or Maddie every day on the phone, and Maddie would also text her every morning when she woke up. This is a good friend. This is like family right here, right? This is like her ace, right? She literally said she would kick her out of the house and disown her when she turned 18 or 19. That's important stuff. And she didn't get along with her mama. I wonder why she didn't get along with her mama. I'll let you guys do the math. Blank thought it was odd that she didn't receive a text from Maddie on Monday, the 26th of February. When she called Maddie on the morning of February 26th, there was no answer. Blank further stated Maddie only mentioned her biological father briefly, but she was always, quote unquote, always on a call with her stepdad, Pig Vomit. Stefan and Maddie were always texting each other or talking on the phone. Maddie loved him, and they were really close. Stefan is Maddie's mom's boyfriend, and she has been in her life for a long period of time. Stefan recently moved out of the home, but still visits often. Stefan and Maddie's mom were also very close. Maddie talks to Stefan at least 2 to 3 times a week on the phone, but also texts with him. She usually talks to him on the phone in the afternoon/night. Blank describes Stefan as, quote unquote, very interested in Maddie and blank, or in Maddie. And blank would tell him, I guess, okay. I guess blank describes Stefan as very interested in Maddie. And blank would tell, and Maddie would tell him about things going on at school. Blank never disclosed to her, I guess Maddie never disclosed to her anything inappropriate that Stefan said or did, and she has never witnessed anything inappropriate between Maddie and Stefan. Normally, Maddie's mom or grandparents would bring her to school. She does not recall a time when Stefan ever brought Maddie to school. That's really important stuff right there, too. Weird that he would just suddenly drop her off at school, take her to breakfast. Oh, she needs a special McDonald's, right? They would talk all the time. They were texting a lot. She loved Stefan. Like I said earlier, is there a possibility of something deeper going on here, which would make Jenny maybe lash out, do something extremely wrong, do something really bad, so on and so forth. I'm just saying, I got questions. He may not have been the one to take her life, but he may be taking the rap for it because he's out there running around trying to hide, trying to dispose of her body, trying to cover up this tragedy. There's a possibility. I'm just saying he's still trash, and he should still get exactly what's coming to him. But I am kind of curious. What's up with this? She didn't get along with her mama. She did not get along with her mama. Her mama also said, I'm going to kick you out. I'm going to kick you out. Once you're legal, once you're of age, you're out of the house. Now, I will say this too, really quick before we continue on. Parents always fight with their kids. It happens. Kids go through teenage angst. They rebel. They say things they don't mean. But, parents go through those things. You know what I mean? Parents say all kinds of stuff. But if you add this dynamic of a man that's actually living in that house and is constantly coming back to that house, spending the night and only spending the night with Maddie, that could make somebody mad in a very demented and messed up way. Especially if you got somebody who's has been manipulated and brainwashed, like it seems like she has been, that Jen A has been. That could start quite a rift between daughter and mother. It sounds weird, sounds crazy, but I'm just saying, looking at the dynamics of this. But parents do say a lot of crazy stuff. Some parents can say some ungrateful, rude things sometimes, Oh, you're so ungrateful. Once you become 18, you're out of the house. I can't wait. 5 more years, honey. 5 more years, and then you're out of the house. If you're going to be ungrateful to me, once you get old enough, I'm kicking you out. Parents say a lot of things they don't mean sometimes when they get in an argument with their kids. And kids, likewise, say things that they don't mean, right? That's a possibility. But still, in light of the dynamics in this house, very interesting. She's getting all the attention. Maddie's getting all the attention from pig vomit. Think about that. That could cause a rift between mama and daughter. That could. Something to think about. Just something to think about. Okay? But then also, yeah, okay. And then Claire's saying just sending them to bed together is enough to arrest her, in my opinion. Absolutely. But then at the same time, you're sitting there going like, I need sleep, so go sleep with him. Why is this is a grown-ass kid. Why is she even sleeping in their beds in the first damn place? You see what I'm saying? And why doesn't she have her own room? That's weird. We got more though, guys. Let's get into it. So we heard about all that. Blank stated they are roommates. Okay, stated there are roommates that also live in the home with Maddie and her mother. She believes it is the people who are close to their family but don't have enough money to live on their own. Last time she talked to, Maddie was on Sunday, the 25th of February, at Maddie's birthday. The party took place at Maddie's grandparents' home. Neither Maddie's mom nor her mom's boyfriend were in attendance at the birthday party. It was also common for Maddie to talk about getting money for her birthday. Maddie got mad at, I guess, Jenna for not giving her any money for her birthday and complained because she didn't get enough money for her birthday. Interesting. Wow. That's an interesting new dynamic here, though. So there could have been an argument that happened because of she was upset that she didn't get what she really wanted, which was money, right? That could be it. Blank left the party at approximately 7 p.m. and did not verbally speak with Maddie again. Blank stated Maddie does not miss school often, but is sick a lot. Interesting. Once they were at such and such, Maddie told her it would be cool if they ran into the woods and build a house. Blank has never told her that she truly wanted to run away, but did mention she wanted to get her own house when she's older. Okay. Maddie has never tried or threatened to harm herself, nor does she ever talk about anyone harming themselves. Blank stated Maddie allegedly told their mutual friend such and such that that when she turns 13, she's going to leave the house and never come back. Blank also communicates with her sister and father who Maddie also communicates with her sister and father who are living in Washington, D.C. Blank believes Maddie is close with her sister. Maddie also talks to different random people through roadblocks. She's unaware if Maddie has ever met up with any of these strangers she speaks with. She's also unaware if Maddie has ever engaged in any inappropriate conversations with older men / older women. Maddie has never disclosed anything about sending or receiving inappropriate photos. Her roadblock's name is such and such, and she has an Instagram, but she does not know her username. Maddie also has a YouTube Shorts account under the name such and such. On her YouTube account, Maddie would post videos of her dancing with her face covered. Such and such, or Maddie, had planned on showing her face on the YouTube account once she reached 200 subscribers. Maddie stated when they would text each other, Blank stated when they text each other, it was through the normal text messages on their iPhones. She was unaware if Maddie had any texting applications on her phone. Maddie did not have a boyfriend, but a crush on a guy named such and such that goes to school with them. Aw. She claims that he does not like Maddie and ignores her text messages. They also do not hang out with each other. Maddie did not disclose that she wanted to skip school on the 26th of February and has not asked Blank to skip school with her. She only knows that Maddie takes medication for ADHD and possibly bipolar disorder. She described Maddie as impulsive, having mood swings, and symptoms of bipolar disorder. Maddie last took her medication on the 14th of February and would tell everyone about not taking them. Maddie told her she liked not being on the medication because she has more energy when she doesn't take it. She's not aware of Maddie participating in any risky or inappropriate behaviors for her age. She does not know of Maddie hanging out with anyone older outside of school or running away with anyone. She knows that Maddie is close with her stepdad and talks to him a lot. Blank stated Maddie's mother called her during the evening of the 26th and asked her if she was with Maddie because Maddie was missing. Maddie's mother also told her she last saw Maddie. This is what the mother said. Maddie's mother also told her she last saw Maddie at 8:45 a.m. when she dropped off Maddie at the church near the school. Huh? She said she dropped her off at the church because Maddie wanted to walk to school, which is unusual. Maddie is typically dropped off in the car line. Blank stated her father went into the woods behind the school during the evening of the 26th in an attempt to locate Maddie, but it was unsuccessful. Now, what's interesting, you hear that part, right? She's lying. Yes, Momster is lying. Okay? She's straight up, again, she's saying, oh yeah, I dropped her off at 8:45 a.m. But we've seen all these other interviews and stuff and all these other claims where she said, I saw her in the morning and I didn't talk to nobody after that. I didn't see her after that. That's one part. Then all these interviews. Oh, I didn't see her in the morning. I was sleeping or I was still at work or something crazy like that, right? I didn't see her in the morning. But then she's saying to this best friend that she saw her by dropping her off at school or at the church at 8:45 a.m. Again, lying, more and more lying. Okay, so interview with this person. Okay, this is the grade school counselor. All right. The blank stated she is a 7th grade school counselor at this particular school. She met Maddie at the beginning of the school year when she was being transferred over to the ESE service department. She was told she has ADHD and has a hard time focusing. She also has anxiety and panic attacks. Blank will conduct check-ins with Maddie at school and has met with her approximately 6 times since the beginning of the school year. Typically, Maddie will come to her with feelings of panic or being overwhelmed. When she asks Maddie what's going on, she will tell her it's anxiety or she's overstimulated from being at school. Maddie has also said she is dealing with things at home, including fighting with her mom. Mom would get upset because Maddie is forgetful or doesn't clean up like she's expected to. Ha ha. She also said she was dealing with things at home, including fighting with her mom. Mom would get upset because she is forgetful or doesn't clean up like she's supposed to. She disclosed, just had to say that one more time. She disclosed when mom yells at her, it makes her feel overstimulated and she can't respond the way she wants to. Maddie stated she discussed strategies, I think it's blank stated they discussed strategies on how to calm herself down and talk to mom when she's calm and how she's feeling. Each of their quote unquote check-ins during December, January, and February, blank reported that things were improving at home, or Maddie reported that things were improving at home and things were better at school. Maddie reported that her mom's boyfriend was living in the home and she didn't like him because he was weird. When she pressed Maddie about why she felt he was weird, she claimed it was because he ate all their food, hangs out in their living room, and makes her feel uncomfortable. Hangs out in their living room. Why would that make her feel so strange? Okay. Why would she say it feels weird because he's in the living room? Why would that be weird? Hanging out in the living room? Come on now. Come on, ladies and germs. Think about it. So in other words, he just stands around. He sounds like a glorified stoner to me. But he hangs around the house. He's in the living room, chilling in the cut, chilling like a mother lover, chilling like a mother lover. But he's in the living room. She lives in the living room with a little separator. There's nothing to protect her from this man if he feels a little, you know what I'm saying? Just saying that out loud, continuing on. Yeah, that's weird. And that makes her feel uncomfortable. She reported in December that mom's boyfriend was moving out of the home, and that made her happy. Maddie never disclosed having depression or unthinkable attempts or thoughts. Maddie never disclosed any relationship dynamics between her mom and her mom's boyfriend. She also never disclosed anything inappropriate happening between her and her mom's boyfriend. Maddie's mom told Maddie that, oh, wait. Maybe it's Maddie's mom told this person, blank, this guidance counselor, that she was seeing a therapist weekly. Maddie's grades appeared to be stable and seemed to be improving since December, when she started to report things were getting better at home and at school. The last check-in was February 6th, 20 days before she disappeared. And Maddie reported that she was really happy and things were good with mom and at school. But things could always turn left real fast. Things can always turn left real fast, guys. Interview with such and such. So, blank stated he is such and such. Okay? He stated, I guess Maddie never discussed her home life or personal life with him. She has never disclosed any information about physical, sexual, or mental A. She never expressed any thoughts or feelings of the unthinkable. Maddie did not, or he did not give any change. Oh, Maddie did not have any changes in her behavior. She appeared to be happy and would participate in class. I guess he was a teacher. This person, he described her as normal and helpful. There hasn't been any change with Maddie since the beginning of the school year. It's interesting how much you hear different perspectives, right? But you know how it is. Some people are going to confide in you, and then some people are not, right? You might be able to talk to this person, right? You might be able to confide in this particular person and tell them how you really feel about something. And then you will be able to confide in this person, right? Or maybe not confide in this person. Everyone's experience with people is different, right? Like, you know, you meet somebody and you go, he's the nicest person ever. And then somebody else goes, no, he's an a-hole. I don't like him. He's mean. And it's like, wow, really? He's mean? How is he mean? He's nice. He was really nice to me. It's like, nah, he was an a-hole to me. Man, I can't believe him doing that. You know what I mean? Everyone's perspective, everyone's experience with an individual is always different. And how she's confiding in a counselor is going to be different in comparison to somebody who's in control of her grades. Think about that too, right? She's going to be like, yeah, teach. Okay, anything you want, teach. Everything's good. I just want to get good grades. I don't want to get in trouble. Guidance counselor, though, here's what's going on in my life, and I can't, you know what I mean? This is a lot to take. No judgment, no problems, so on and so forth. Something to think about, right? This is all crazy, right? This is all crazy, all right? Sorry, just gotta take a little bit of a second here. Okay. Hit that like button down below, please and thank you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button again. Thank you. But now we're getting into the thick of it, right? Now we're getting into the thickness of this. All right. So please, guys, don't forget, share some love, show that like button some love. Okay. Let's see where we're at right now. I would love to see it can we get it to 1K before the end of the show? That would be dope. Can we get it to 1K likes on YouTube? If you're watching on YouTube, go over, go hit that like. It doesn't cost a thing. All right. We're going in to all this. It's a lot of copy, a lot of content, a lot of verbiage. So if you appreciate it, what I'm doing, please hit that like button down below. I'd love to see it go to 1K. That'd be fire. There is so much more S-dubs. Man, there's 896 pages of this, my lover. There's so much more to this. They interviewed, they asked so many people, so many different things, okay? So many, okay? They did their due diligence and then some. Let's continue on, though. Okay, this is somebody interviewing teachers and students of, I guess, about Maddie, okay? So on the 29th, approximately 1:10 p.m., I conducted a digitally recorded sworn interview with such and such in a portable classroom at this place. The following is a synopsis of her statement. Okay? So, this person is Maddie's second period PE teacher. So this blank PE teacher told me that she knew Maddie, quote unquote, pretty well. and that they had, quote unquote, some interactions. This teacher stated that Maddie hangs out with this person most in the class, but that she also sees such and such with blank, okay, is in the class, but has another assigned PE teacher. This particular PE teacher told me that, or maybe Maddie told me that she never had any issues, or sorry, the PE teacher told me that she never had any issues with Maddie. This teacher told me that Maddie always seemed very anxious, and anytime she needed to ask or wanted something, she brought a quote unquote buddy with her. The PE teacher recalled how Maddie was shy around authority figures, but not everybody. This PE teacher told me that Maddie got Student of the Week for February 16th and was nominated by such and such for doing something quote unquote excellent, but not sure exactly what she did. This PE teacher recalled during a fitness testing at the beginning of the year, Maddie struggled because of her asthma. Because of her asthma. She walked with Maddie to her locker so she can get her inhaler and told her she'd be able to sit out if she needed. She also recalled how occasionally her friends would tell her that Maddie needed to go to the counselor and she would go with friends. Maddie did not, or this PE teacher did not know why Maddie needed to go to the counselor. This person had not seen any recent changes in behavior. When she heard the description of Maddie's clothing, she recognized it as something she always wears. She didn't see any signs of depression or any these S inclinations. Maddie does not dress out in class. But she is not sure why. Does not dress out in class. Interesting. But she is not sure why. Okay. This person told me that many kids did not change out because they feel uncomfortable, but they still participate. The PE teacher told me that Maddie had a locker previously and that the SRO asked her to check it, and she did not find a lock on it or any items in it. This PE teacher told me that children will get pulled from her class for various other reasons, like tutoring, and she believed that Maddie was pulled for MTSS intervention with this particular, I think, this guidance counselor earlier in the year. Maddie stressed, or they stressed, that Maddie always seemed anxious, and she did not think it was normal for Maddie to want to go away on her own since she always needed someone with her. This PE teacher told me that she met Maddie's mother once earlier in the year when she was a substitute for another PE teacher. Interesting. So she's very anxious and nervous and scared. Yes. School resource officer, just so you guys know. SRO. All right. Interview with 33-year-old. That's interesting. Okay. So this particular person told me that Maddie is in her first period intensive reading class. They thought she knew Maddie pretty well since they had been in her class since the fall of 2023. This person told me that Maddie was on her door decorating team, which she nominated Maddie for Student of the Week for. She also told me, the teacher told me, how Maddie, this other person, and other students would stay late, I guess the best friend, and other students would stay late or come in early to work on the project in the end of January. This teacher told me that the theme of the door was, quote unquote, spreading kindness and love. This teacher did not have any individual conversations with Maddie and said that Maddie's involvement with the door decorating was the closest they were. This teacher believes that Maddie is also friends with this person, with a something Garcia. I don't know. Not just this other person. Okay. Now there's this 8th grade helper in the same period. And she was not sure if it was that person that she was close with. This teacher also told me that she was aware of what happened from the OCSO media release. This person recalled how Maddie was reading a quote unquote graphic novel, and this teacher was alarmed that kissing was in the book. Additionally, the teacher told me that she heard Maddie and her friends talking about a Lady Gaga lyric, and they were alarmed about its very graphic meaning. The teacher said that Maddie did not make any disclosures regarding any kind of A. This teacher did not believe that Maddie's mother came to open house, nor had they ever met. The teacher had not seen any signs of depression or any type of ideation in Maddie. The teacher told me that she was, quote unquote, shocked to hear about Maddie's conversation regarding living in the woods. The teacher stated that Maddie's grade was, quote unquote, low in her class, and said she has had a, quote unquote, D in every quarter. She stated that Maddie would work in class, but she was unable to follow things through to completion. The teacher had not seen any shifts in Maddie's behavior, but believed that Maddie's behavior had improved since the door decorating competition. Interesting. Another interview, okay? So they are the teacher in this is the 7th period English class. Let's see. It has been there since fall of 2023. This person told me that he had a great relationship with Maddie and thinks she likes him. This person described Maddie as quieter, who sometimes does her work. Maddie has sleepy days where she comes in and puts her head down and does nothing, which he said not a lot of kids do. This person also told me that he only keeps, quote unquote, academic tabs on Maddie, and said that they only had conversations about her grades. This teacher said that they never had any conversations about Maddie's home life, and he did not meet her parents, even though Maddie's mother was a substitute for him in October of 2023. Interesting. She was also, she was a substitute for him? Huh? Wow, that's interesting. Maddie had never seen any recent changes, I think this teacher hadn't seen any recent changes in Maddie's behavior. They also noted that Maddie seemed to not have had as many sleepy days as the beginning of the year. Okay. That's interesting. This girl went through some things, guys. This teacher also told me that he saw Maddie, quote unquote, fatigued, which he believed may have been a sign of depression. But he did not see anything more overt, nor did he see any signs of these type of inclinations from Maddie. They also told me that Maddie's grade was quote unquote rough, but then she brought them up. He said that she will go through phases where she would not turn anything in. He did not notice any shifts in behavior, and recalled how he bid the class farewell on Friday, February 23rd. And she said that she would be she would see him on Monday. This person also stated that a student came up to him and told him that she wanted to live in the woods. Told me that Maddie seemed quote unquote normal but quiet and tired. Interesting. Yeah, this young woman, this young girl went through some things, guys. Okay? This young girl went through some things. And to the point where she's like, you know what I mean? It's like it's late nights, it's the anxiety, it's the constant fear of like, is he going to come in and do these things? But it's weird because the best friend is saying something completely different. The best friend says, oh yeah, she loved him. She'd have conversations with him all the time. They would text each other. They would talk on the phone at least 2 to 3 times a week. But maybe that was just a face or like a mask she would wear for her friend. Maybe she didn't want to confide in her friend like that. You see what I'm saying? Just some things to think about, right? But then, like there's some serious inclinations here of her going through hell at home, that there's problems at home for sure, without question, right? So this is very interesting, guys. Heartbreaking. Well, let's continue on. I see a bunch of y'all in here. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button down below. All right. We're slowly marching towards 1K likes on YouTube. So if you are watching over there, please show the love. Hit that like button down below. All right. It helps this channel grow. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, okay, over on my YouTube, or hit that follow button wherever you're watching this show right here. So another one, interview with a 13-year-old. Here we go. Approximately 3:11 p.m., I conducted a digitally sworn interview. All right. Before speaking on the incident, I qualified that this kid understood the difference between telling the truth and lying, which she did. The following is a synopsis of her statement. So this young kid told me that she met Maddie last year when they were in 6th grade, when they shared one class together. She stated that she and Maddie have 3 classes together currently, and they have become better friends. She told me that she and such and such would know Maddie the best. I'm thinking the best friend from earlier would know her the best, as they were her best friends. She also recalled how Maddie would come to school crying and quote unquote complaining about her mother. Other times, Maddie would cry and she would say that she just wanted to cry, quote unquote. This friend did not note any changes in Maddie's behavior, and Maddie did not talk about her unthinkable or depression. This kid also stated that Maddie would occasionally be mean to her, and when this girl would ask her why she said that, it was because that is how she shows affection. Oh, that's a bad one right there. That's a dead giveaway. That's bad. So she would go through some serious mood swings, and she would lash out on her friends and say some mean things. And she would say, why would you say that? And she says, that's how she shows affection, because she's learning that from home. Let's not forget that. Her friend stated that Maddie's mother threatened to kick her out. That's a huge thing right there. Additionally, Maddie did not like her father. This friend said or stated that she did not hear Maddie speak about her mother's boyfriend, which is interesting. We heard the best friend from 4th grade say one thing, and now we're hearing something else from the other best friend, and that's something completely different, right? So we didn't hear about her speaking about her mother's boyfriend. She also continued to say that Maddie and her did not ever talk about the sex, but they talked about crushes, including Maddie's current interest in this kid, who apparently wasn't interested in her, which is fine. This kid was upset during this interview and was crying because, quote unquote, she just kind of missed her. That's terrible. Another interview of a 12-year-old. All right. asking if they also asked if they understood the difference between telling the truth and lying, which she did. So this kid told me that she had recently become close friends with Maddie and that they shared 2 classes in common. She stated that such and such would know Maddie best because they both told her things about Maddie, including her mention of wanting to run away when she was 13 years old and to build a house in the woods. This kid recalled how Maddie would seem, quote unquote, pretty sad sometimes, though she noted that other times she would seem happy, particularly at school. This kid did not note any behavioral changes, nor did she discuss depression or the unthinkable with her. Another 13-year-old speaks out. Same thing, understands the difference between lying and telling the truth. Here we go. She states that she has known Maddie, who she calls, I'm sure Madeline, who she calls Maddie, since 4th grade. So she's known her for a while. She described Maddie as her best friend and said that they shared everything together. This kid also told me that Maddie and her mother would frequently fight. Maddie and her mother would frequently fight. She described Maddie's mother as quote unquote bipolar. Additionally, she described, I guess it's Jenna as bipolar in her behavior, and that she was, Additionally, she described Maddie as bipolar in her behavior, and that she was taking unknown medication for ADHD. She also told me that Maddie stopped taking her medication on Valentine's Day, but an unknown reason, I guess for an unknown reason. The kid described Maddie as nice, funny, and caring on her medication, but snappy when she's off medication. The kid also told me that she did not notice Maddie going through a depressive phase, but that Maddie said that she was going through one earlier in the year. Additionally, Maddie did not show any interest in wanting to harm herself or anyone else. This kid also stated that Maddie was upset at her birthday party because she advertised it well, but that not many people showed up, nor did many bring presents. That's crappy. Now, this kid also recalled how Maddie had a crush on this guy in school and that she asked him for his number. This kid told me that Maddie would try and talk to him more over the phone, but he did not respond. This kid also told me that Maddie had 2 previous boyfriends, who was expelled for breaking another child's elbow and such. She described both relationships as over distance and a lot of texting. This kid also told me that she was not allowed to have social media, but that Maddie's YouTube channel was such, which she showed me. Additionally, this kid showed me Madeline's Discord. Madeline had a Discord as well. This kid emphasized that Maddie's mention of living in the woods was only if World War III were to happen. She stated that she did not ever notice any bruising on Maddie, but noted how she occasionally came to school with red makeup on, which made it look like she was crying. The kid also told me that she would go to Maddie's every weekend, but she did not ever stay the night because of her parents' own rules. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. The kid also told me that she met Stefan Pig Vomit on one occasion, even though he and Maddie's mother had been together her entire life. Interesting. The kid also stated that he recently moved out of the residence for an unknown reason And when she asked Maddie why he did, she quote unquote ignored the question. Kid also told me that Maddie and Stefan were very close and that they would communicate frequently. Whenever she asked Maddie about it, she said that they just had a close relationship. The kid told me that she received 2 pictures of Stefan that Maddie had sent her. She described them as screenshots that Maddie appeared to have taken during a time when they were FaceTiming. However, this kid was not able to locate the photos. The kid told me that Maddie typically got her cycle 2 days before she did. Oh, no. Are we about to get into... hold on. Sorry, I didn't mean to... That was a big, loud reaction. Hold on. The kid told me that Maddie typically got her cycle, time of the month, 2 days before she did, except for last month when Maddie got hers a week or 2 after she got hers. Okay. The kid told me that they did not have a conversation as to why her cycle was late. Kid believed Maddie still had her V card, and she did not ever see or hear anything to the contrary. Kid stated that Maddie's mother was never freaking out, and she thought that it was weird that she said that she dropped Maddie off at the school when initially Stefan said that he did. Absolutely. The kid was shocked when she saw the news about Stefan's arrest, though she said that the thought crossed her mind once Maddie had gone missing. She also noted how she would always receive messages in the morning from Madeline, but she did not on Monday, the 26th of February, which alarmed her. She said that even when Maddie would oversleep, she would still receive messages. This kid thought something had happened once she did not receive anything from Madeline. So her cycle was late. It was late. But then she ended up having the cycle, allegedly, that time of the month. But for a second there, I thought that they were alluding to something else. Because I know a lot of people's theories are saying that they believe that she could have been with child, that Madeline could have been with child. I don't know how much of that is true, but still, it is still nonetheless very interesting. And I'm very curious about that as well. Wow. And what's crazy, okay? What's really crazy as I scan through this here really quick, because there's more. Like I said, we're gonna crush some stuff today. All right. Yes. Late, but not pregnant. Okay. She was late, but not pregnant. And that's a big piece of information. But that still doesn't answer everything. She could still be pregnant. You never know. But that's a theory, and that's a rumor that's been flying around, right? That's the thing, something that's been flying around like crazy, okay? Like crazy, all right? But let us see here. Okay. We're getting close to that 1K. We're getting close to it, okay? Let me see this. S-Dubs, thank you so much. PD report out states she was not prego. Yep. So she was not. That's but that is the rumor. Thank you, S-Dubs. But that's the rumor that was been flying around. And it's almost like everybody wants her to be. And I'm like, nah, man. No, we don't need to add more tragedy to this young girl's life. You see what I'm saying? But yeah. That's a theory that's been out here like crazy. But let's continue on. Approximately 3:40 p.m. Detective Acosta, okay, responded to this particular park, Osprey Park, all right, assisted in the missing juvenile investigation. So they responded to this area, digitally recorded the interviews with both Stefan and Jenna. Stefan provided verbal consent for Detective Tagler and I to review his cell phone in front of him. It should be noted his cell phone contained only phone calls, text messages, and other data from the last day, which is huge. Remember, that's a big deal. That's a big moment because they're like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why don't we see everything? You should have like history of phone calls and text messages from a multitude of people. You're telling me you only talk to one person and one person only, and that's your girlfriend, and that's it? Come on now, that doesn't make any sense. Stefan indicated, pig vomit, indicated he accidentally factory reset his cell phone on the 26th of February while attempting to update his phone. Sebastian, I keep saying that, sorry. Stefan provided verbal consent for his cell phone to be taken by detectives because he got cocky. He's sitting there going, oh yeah, we got this. Hey, you can take my phone. Go ahead and take my phone. You Gucci, baby. Take my phone. I hit that factory reset. There ain't no way you'll be able to get nope. They were able to find all that kind of stuff and then some. While on the scene, they both reviewed surveillance footage from that particular area. All right. At approximately 1:30 a.m., they accompanied Stefan's vehicle being towed. They transported Stefan from his hotel at around 3:12 p.m. the next day, or that same day, I'm sorry, to the central operations where he was getting interviewed. And obviously they were reviewing all this stuff. On March 1st, they reviewed and collected video surveillance from the Town Place Suites in Orlando. All right. Stefan, Jenna, and Stefan's father check into a hotel at the front desk. Stefan and Jenna are given a room 239. The father's given 203 at approximately 4:42 a.m. Stefan exits the hotel through the main front entrance. And approximately 7:28 a.m., the father exits the hotel through the main front entrance. At approximately 9:48 a.m., Jenna exits the hotel to walk her dog through the main front entrance and returns at 10:03 a.m. At 10:50 a.m., the father re-enters the hotel through the main front entrance. At approximately 10:55 a.m., Stefan returns to the hotel. 3:07 p.m., they check out, or I guess Jenna checks out of the hotel at the front desk. Okay. The father, 5 hours later, checks out of the hotel on the front desk. Surveillance footage from the times Stefan exits and enters the hotel through the main front entrance were uploaded on evidence.com. Lock interrogations for room 239 and 203 for the period Stefan, Jenna, and Stefan's father were checked into the hotel are also uploaded on evidence.com. Yeah, this is all redacted. Ridiculous redaction. Look at that. Bow, bow, bow. And I'm sure this is all smoking gun stuff. Woo! Probably photos of evidence, so on and so forth. Things that we, the public, do not need to see right now, right? Until they go and they take this ish to court. All right. But this is all the stuff like the items that that they're looking at, which is all like these are all just items from things, right? And descriptions of things like, okay, for example, Detective Chang, Deputy Sheriff with the Orange County Sheriff's Office, Sex Crimes Unit, okay, law enforcement officer, so on and so forth. He's been employed by the Orange County Sheriff's Office since February 2021. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff in here, okay? But this goes on and says, okay, as a result of your affiant training and experience, your affiant has probable cause to believe the following. So, such and such and such Jenna's stepfather, I guess, or sorry, Madeline's stepfather, Stephen Stearns, picked her up from the home and dropped her off at this particular place on the 26th of February. Jenna then went to pick up Madeline from the school at dismissal and learned Madeline never showed to school. In an interview conducted with Madeline's stepfather, they keep saying stepfather, but he ain't a stepfather, but stepfather, Stephen Stearns, who advised he picked Madeline up and dropped her off in front of Peace United Methodist Preschool. All right. And we know all about this stuff. Following the car driving away at 8:10 a.m. During the interview, he provided consent to search his phone. However, he stated he accidentally performed a factory reset on his phone on the same day she went missing. And of course, he provided the phone numbers. But like I said, this is all, hold on, I'm going to comb through all this stuff here real quick, because this is stuff that I don't know if we really need to see all of that. But I will say, the interviews from the friends, I think, are very big, right? Those are very big pieces of information, okay? In my personal opinion. Hold on, it's like the same thing over and over again. Hold on. Yeah, it's just all paperwork. Look at this. Whole lot of redaction, right? Just big black blocks, man. That's crazy. And then Kyle Cole. See, like, and this is all stuff like tracking his routes, the GPS things, his past journeys, trip logs, etc. You see what I'm saying? A lot of technical jargon, all right, that does not really, I mean, of course, we already know, like, look, and this is also like live and deleted browser history. Hold on, let me show this to you guys. Okay, live and deleted documents, programs, pictures, videos, audio files, text files, databases, application data, calendar entries, user dictionaries, malware, viruses, tracking or other remote monitoring software, and any associated metadata. Okay? But this is all the stuff that they're trying to retrieve, right? Deleted, live and deleted data stored on removable media, such as subscriber identity modules, flash memory storage devices, such as secure digital SD cards and micro SD cards. See what I'm saying? So they're going through all of this stuff to get this, to find out what happened to her, right? To Madeline. The mother advised her daughter's stepfather, Stephen Stearns, picked her up. Same thing. Right? It's conducted by stepfather, who advised to transported the victim from her residence and dropped her off in front of the Peace United Methodist Preschool. Same thing, factory reset on the phone the same day she went missing. He provided his phone number. Extensive canvass of the area and interviews with the victim's family, friends. It was learned it was unusual for the victim to be dropped off down the street from the school and not stay in communication with family and friends. Upon reviewing the contents of his phone, several images and videos were located which depicted the missing juvenile. A lot of things that we should not even be seeing at her age. Okay? All these things. And what we already talked about before, depicting SA, okay? All types of images and video of SA. Your affiant has probable cause to believe Stephen Pig Vomit was in possession of material depicting performances of a little. SA of a little. It should be noted, we already know about all this stuff here. Further, as you're affiant reviewing the pictures and videos, I was observing several different pieces of clothing to include patterned underwear, shirts, blankets, and sheets. Simultaneously, detectives of the OCSO were executing a search warrant at Stefan's home. The address of this address is also where the victim and her mother live. The detectives searching the residence were contacted and confirmed they found the same distinctive clothing worn by both Stefan and the victim in Stefan's room and the victim's room. Based on the totality of the circumstances, your affiant has probable cause to believe pig vomit committed SB, familial custodial authority, on the victim. It is also to be noted that there were pictures and videos collected on several different dates over the course of approximately 2 years. We're just talking about 2 years, y'all. We're just talking about 2 years. Now we're hearing 2 years. So they were able to retrieve 2 years worth of content. And they've been doing this since she was about 8, from my understanding. So damn near 5 years. All this data, retrieving all this data. We're going to keep moving, though. Same thing here. Retrieving data. Okay. In fact, let me see. I appreciate all y'all being here. I appreciate it. Really does mean a lot. Sorry, this is all redacted. So let me just blaze on through. Okay. Okay, more. Ooh, there we go. All right, let's take a look at this. Boom. Yeah, holy cow, Batman indeed, little Patty. Scene description. The scene consisted of a large private property located west of Hickory Street Road. The front gate of the field faced east of Hickory Tree Road. So from my understanding, this might be how or where she was actually found. Yeah, crime scene investigation, forensic unit. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. Let's do this, shall we? Have mercy. Narrative. Sorry, I'm so used to saying February. March 1st, on the year of our Lord, 2024, at approximately 4:51 p.m., I was notified of a death investigation by Forensic Supervisor Sita and was requested to respond to this particular location. I arrived at the scene approximately at 6:23 p.m. and met with Forensic Supervisor Sita and the KPD Detective Morris. Detective Morris advised that a missing person investigation was initiated for MADDIE, MADDIE, on Monday, the 26th. A search was initiated. On this date, Osceola County Sheriff's Office search team located the missing individual deceased at the location mentioned above. Let me just go back up here. She was found in this, in this particular area. That's crazy, guys. Let's continue on. After conducting a scene walkthrough with Forensic Supervisor Sita and conferring with Detective Morris, I photographically documented the scene, processed the latent fingerprints, and items of evidentiary value were collected. Now, the supervisor contacted another technician who responded to the scene and assisted with the Faro 3D scanning. I've never heard of that before, but that's new. Please refer to her supplement report for further information. On this same date at approximately 27 hours, this particular investigator from the District 9 Medical Examiner's Office arrived on the scene and took possession of the victim. On the 4th, forensic technician Nguyen, hopefully I'm saying that right, arrived at the District 9 medical examiner's office to collect major case prints from the descendant. Referred to her report? Okay. Observations. I arrived on the scene approximately at 6:23 p.m. on the 1st of March and observed the scene to be secured with crime scene tape, and crime scene contamination log was initiated. The scene consisted of a private property west of Hickory Tree Road, and tire fragments were observed east of Hickory Tree Road. Ooh. Hence the reason why they needed to get the tire from that compactor. That's what's up. The property where the descendant was located consisted of a fence and gate enclosing the open field. The gate was observed open. A row of bamboo trees was observed southwest of the gate. The descendant was observed on the north end of the trees. The descendant was found in between the bamboo trees and covered with dead vegetation. So this dude, this mother lover, had the audacity to literally, like, it's like his tire blew out and he's like, well, this will do. And he goes and he discards her and he just throws hay on top of her. Twigs and leaves on her real quick. Just discards her and then just tries to cover her body with stuff. Trash. She was observed in the prone position with her head face down and facing north. Both her legs were observed bent at the knees and facing south. She was observed wearing a green hoodie with the hood covering her head, blue jeans, and white socks. So, this other investigator from the medical examiner's office arrived approximately at 27 hours and took custody of the descendant. Once the body was repositioned for further documentation, she was observed in the state of decomposition with visible insect activity around the mouth, left eye, ears, and right hand. Discoloration was observed on her face, neck, torso, back, and hands. Of course, there was photos that were taken. And let me make sure, just to make sure. Okay. This right here is a finalized sketching of where she was actually found. Okay. Completing utilized Faro zone software. The sketch is not to scale and all measurements are approximate. But she was found right here. Right there, guys. Just dumped like garbage. Exactly, Ellen. Physical evidence was collected by the crime scene by this forensic technician, packaged and submitted to Osceola County Sheriff's Office Evidence Unit. Tire fragments, right? 1, 2. Okay, 2 tire fragments, a scene photograph. This is so sad. Paperwork. Officer Clark responded to this particular place in a reference to attempt to locate in reference to the missing juvenile. Prior to the arrival, I was advised the OSCO is working on a missing juvenile whose primary residence is the aforementioned address. I was advised by Lieutenant Ortiz to return to the aforementioned address and make contact with the family again to advise if Maddie returned home. Upon arrival, I spoke with Jenna, Maddie's mother, and Pig Vomit, who both provided me with a verbal statement summarized as followed. And we already know about this, but let's take a look at what they say. Maybe they say different. The morning of the 27th, Stefan took Maddie to school in his car. He dropped her off a block away from school due to her not wanting to be seen in his old Lincoln. They stated that Maddie forgot her phone at home and that she has ADHD and is usually forgetful. They stated that Maddie did not take any personal items or leave any notes hinting to her running away. They stated that they have not had any recent arguments. I guess Jenna and I looked through Maddie's cell phone, including her recently deleted messages, which did not contain anything suspicious or hinting to her wanting to run away. There was a text message Maddie sent to a friend stating that when she turns 18 years old, she wants to live in the woods. Jenna and Pig Vomit allowed me to search the residence with negative results for Maddie. Pig Vomit took me to each family member's vehicles outside of the residence with negative results for Maddie inside any of the vehicles. I observed a handgun in the rear back pocket of the driver's seat in the Lincoln. So he was strapped in that Lincoln, which Stefan, Pig Vomit, stated he usually leaves it in the vehicle. Stefan also advised me not to pay attention to the donut tire on his vehicle due to him recently changing a flat earlier that day. You know that this flat helped solve this case? Haven't you noticed that? That the flat helped solve this case pretty quickly? Because without that tire blowing out, without those tire fragments in the area, and without him actually being seen changing out the tire, they wouldn't have been able to find her as quickly. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? I responded to such and such and spoke with Maddie's sister, I guess, or Jenny's sister, who stated that she had not seen Maddie since her birthday party on the 26th. She allowed me to search her residence with negative results for Maddie. She allowed me to look in her vehicle as well, inside the utility van belonging to Maddie's grandfather. The utility van has been turned into an RV, which also had negative results for Maddie. Approximately 23:01 hours, I responded back to this location to meet with multiple detectives and their supervisors from OCSO while they interviewed Maddie's family again. Officer Owens and I stood by the aforementioned address until properly relieved. All right? Let's see. Reference mutual aid reference. Upon arrival of the scene, I made contact with Lieutenant Ortiz. While speaking with Lieutenant Ortiz, she assigned me the task of watching the residents of the aforementioned address. While on the scene, I did not observe anyone enter the residence other than the individuals who were escorted by the Orange County detectives that were on the scene. While on the scene, I did not make contact with anyone else. Redaction. And I mean, this is just stuff that they found. Latex gloves, cloth gloves, nail file kits, knife in the center console. These are all found in the bottom or within this was like all found in the center console. Napkins, latex gloves, a rag, towel, black jacket, latex glove, napkins, tan blanket across the back seat. Okay? And this is all. That's one thing I'm assuming this is all from the Lincoln. Again, swabs, I think. Trace vacuum fillers. See, some of this writing is crazy. 9mm live round, glove box, tire from trunk, Lincoln emblem from trunk, emblem from glove box, white rope, black netting, white towel, red hoodie, blue jacket, trash bags. These are all found in the trunk. Latex glove in the front passenger seat. Napkins. Front driver's seat. Interesting, guys. Of course, they found the Sig Sauer 9mm pistol, a magazine for the pistol, 9mm, 13 9mm live rounds from pistol, a magazine in the bag on table. Wow, 12 9mm live rounds from magazine in bag on table, one holster, red t-shirt on the dresser in room number 4, a flat sheet from the closet, another white flat sheet from bed. These are all the things that they obtained, I'm assuming, from just inside the condo. White pillowcase, white fitted sheet, another white fitted sheet, a pair of black boots from room number 4, gray comforter from downstairs bedroom, white flat sheet, white fitted sheet, orange bottle of this particular cream for self-pleasure, 3 prescription medication belonging to, I'm assuming, Maddie in downstairs bed, or maybe Jenny, 1 pink strawberry Snuggie, 1 black pair of underwear, a pair of black shorts, fitted cat sheet. That's what it looks like. Fitted cat sheet. Maybe that's not cat right here, but I'm curious. Boxers from laundry, basket, composition notebook, charcoal gray blanket, white/purple flat sheet, mattress protector, white brown blanket, pink dinosaur blanket, purple comforter, gray shirt from hamper, flat cat sheet. I don't know what the cat sheet is. Maybe it's cotton. It could be cotton. Flat cotton sheet. Interesting. Blue underwear. Phone tripod. Okay. 1 fitted white and black sheet. Comforter bedroom from bedroom number 3. HP desktop tower, which is probably where they got all that ish. 1 black dog seatbelt leash, 1 purple dog seatbelt leash. At least that's what it looks like. Looks like they said dog. But this is all evidence that the things that I just read out loud, to be honest. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, tan black. Now I'm curious as to what is a cat sheet. Blue puffer jacket. So they got more evidence, swabs from the armrests. Let's see, pillowcase, trunk mat, latent lift cards, I guess, fingerprints from the car. Fascinating. Trace filler from, I guess, front passenger seat and floor. Same thing again, but the rear passenger seat and floor. And then, of course, more from the trunk as well. Fascinating stuff, guys. I mean, they're doing their due diligence. They're going to get this mother lover. Shut your mouth, right? Let's continue on. Again, same stuff, interviews, etc. them getting all this information, weapons, including knives, blunt objects, for firearms, ammunition for firearms, projectiles, casings, fingerprints, blood, hair, DNA, fibers, other items of serology, to include clothing and or other items that could have come into contact with the victim or the suspect at the time of the incident, cellular devices and data contained within to include but not limited to video images, contacts, text messages, web information, voicemails, call logs, owner information, application database files, GPS locations, so on and so forth. All right. What I'm trying to see, we put in a dent so far, guys. It's been wild. We put in a dent in this mug. Now it took two sittings, but there's going to be more as we comb through this. Okay. Search warrant. Again, a search warrant for the Lincoln. Okay. His Lincoln. And like I said, we've already gone through all of this, but this is all like them just trying to get access to that ride. All of this over and over and over again. Another search warrant. Same. Okay. Yep. Search warrant for the car. Search warrant receipt. Appreciate you guys being here. We're just like I said, there's a lot to dissect here. There's a lot. And we continue on. Look at all this redaction. This is crazy. Still, redaction. Unbelievable, guys, right? Continuing on. Look at that. I mean, we making a good dent now. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay, so the KPD are waiting to immediately, directly, instantly, and at once without delay proceed on this search/arrest warrant. Okay. They recognize that this is an emergency and is an unforeseen combination of circumstances that calls for immediate action, and that law enforcement would seek emergency duty judge intervention only in rare and extreme circumstances where law or totality of the circumstances require immediate action, and that it must appear that urgent circumstances are present, and that the lack of immediate action would result in the loss of evidence or the imminent escape of a suspect. This is them trying to take him down. Application and affidavit for search warrant. Okay, so digitally appeared the applicant, all right, sworn law enforcement, to wit, a lawfully sworn officer or police officer for the city of Kissimmee assigned to the Criminal Investigation Division. Written application states under oath that the applicant has probable cause to believe that certain evidence, to wit, this is DNA, photographs of him and his weed whacker, okay, clothing worn by him, his DNA, his blood, saliva, etc., collected from him. Okay, this is believed to be evidence of a felony criminal violation of the laws of the state of Florida. Okay, so they're going, hey, we want to get him because of the things that we have seen, the information, the footage, the data that we got. We need to take this guy down. Here are all the information that we have as far as for the search warrant, etc. And of course, this man is very, very bad. Okay. Now, I will say this. And of course, this is all the same stuff over and over and over again. Okay. These are all search warrants. Wait, hold on. Okay, supplemental reports. Yep, we've already seen all of this. It's the same story over and over and over again, guys. Right? It's the same breakdown, right? But of course, this is also the images, etc., that they found, right? They're called like file names, etc., of things that she is. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm just breezing through some of this that I can't say 99% of this stuff. Okay? I can't say 99% of this stuff, but some of these things are being depicted while she's asleep. Verbatim. While she is sleeping, etc. There were hundreds of images of other images containing Maddie with his Google account, within his Google account, with most of them depicting SA. And of course, his Google account was submitted into evidence. You know, like I said, and of course, this is another report that we've already read through before. It's just kind of like a copy again. Yeah, like I said, this is crazy, right? This is some crazy stuff. Okay, but yeah, because like even this one is like I submitted both DNA and arrest warrants, which were approved and signed by Judge Whitehead on the 28th. Okay, I went to Osceola Community Center and had Communications Center. I'm sorry, and had the arrest warrant entered. He was transported by an Orange County deputy to Osceola County jail, where he is being held with no bail. Right. But like I said, like this is all just little bits and pieces, everything that's revolving around his the apprehension of him, to all the information that we've already read 15,000 times over, right? The main thing, though, that I sit and look at, and it, obviously takes my interest into this, are all the interviews, all the things that people were saying, the teachers and students that were speaking out, and all that. That says, to me, that says a lot, right? We're hearing different perspectives, different different views into Maddie Soto's life, right? Madeline Soto's life. I think that's really very, very interesting. Nonetheless, right? But I'm also wanting to hear more about like the actual crime scene itself, right? But like I said, I think that's a little bit later on, right? It's 896 pages. We are at 360 pages right now. Okay. We're not even halfway through this mug, right? But a lot of this is, like this one's like, while on the scene, I provided scene security and ensured no unauthorized persons enter the home, go beyond the yellow tape, so on and so forth. Here we go. Arrest warrant. Let's take a look at this, though. Badao. To all and singular sheriffs of the state of Florida, special agents of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, any investigator of the several states' attorney's office and or any police officer of the Kissimmee Police Department. Okay, so this is an affidavit. Sworn complaint having this day been presented to me. This is from Judge Whitehead. All right. It is alleged that on or between error, I don't know, reference source not found, and present in Osceola, Florida, the defendant, this piece of trash, did in violation of Florida state statutes and commit the offenses of SB of a victim under 12. So they're sitting there saying, go and arrest his ass right now. Same thing that we read before. But see, that's the thing. Like I said, there's just so much. It's like the same stuff. You know what I mean? Get them, get them, get them. Now it says, alleged that on or between 3/20/2022 and 12/03/2023. Okay. Sorry. Did I say 2023 here? But March 20th, 2022 and December 3rd, 2023. All right. And again, they're saying, hey, SB and possession of material depicting these things. Right. They're like, get his ass right now. Unbelievable, guys. But I think this is where we are going to stop for today. Because we just crushed through a big chunk. We will crush through another big chunk here very, very soon. But, of course, there are many, we're going to be going through this, trust. But there's some other things that we need to talk about. And, of course, I don't want to be here for 7 hours. But this has been a long journey, and we're not even done yet. We're not even halfway yet. So we will be, and trust me, I'm going to be going through a lot of stuff, right? I'm going to be going through a lot of stuff here because, myself, just to make sure, we're not going through the same stuff over and over and over and over and over again. But trust and believe we are going to be looking at some more of this. We're going to go through it. We're going to go through this and get everything we can out of this. But still, nonetheless, it is very eye-opening and damning information here. I will say that. And it's heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking because we hear other stories, these other accounts from friends and other teachers and an ex of pig vomits basically saying, hey, he said he would get kind of, excited, for lack of a better term, whenever he was in the bed with her. And all she did is dump him and move on. She just said, oh, that creeped me out, so I dumped him. And you didn't say nothing? Then also, I feel like all the moments of school, and I'm not trying to knock teachers, or I'm not trying to throw teachers under the bus. And in fact, I'm not trying to throw the ex-girlfriend under the bus. But I do feel some type of way about, like, you have some telling signs that she is in bad shape, that she's having some hard times. Why wasn't there any investigation or look into those kind of things? You see what I'm saying? Why? If okay, she's sleeping through school, her grades are kind of dropping, so on and so forth. I don't know. Why aren't you just asking the questions? At least that. I know it's not easy to just go up to somebody and say, hey, how's everything at home? To a student, to a kid. They're just going to lie. If there really is something going on, they're just going to lie. But then again, you never know. They might tell you the truth. They might tell you, hey, this is what's going on. I need help. But the fact that she's going into school and she's like sleeping through like one of the classes, she's just sleeping, putting her head down and sleeping and all that. It just bothers me, man. It bothers me. I don't think that's right. I feel like there could have been more. But then again, you know, it's a woulda, coulda, shoulda type of situation. You feel me? Just kidding. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I really do appreciate it. Melee, thank you so much for gifting 1 membership. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. And all I ask is for whoever just got gifted that, please pay it forward. Do something positive with that. Hold the door open for somebody. Call your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Do whatever it is. Hug somebody. You know, consensually hug somebody. Okay? That's all I ask. Let it. Please be sure to pay it forward. That's all I ask. My brain has turned into mush right now. So, oh boy, we got some things. Okay. We got some things to talk about. We are not done with this. Trust and believe. We are not done with this. And we are not. So this is just part 3. There will be a part. This is part 2. I'm sorry. There will be a part 3 guaranteed. Okay. But we do have some other stories. We do have some other topics that we do need to bring up. So trust and believe we will be talking about those things very, very soon. But that is the show. I thank you, everyone. I can't talk anymore. I appreciate everyone. I thank you, everyone. Appreciate you guys for being here, being a part of the conversation. It really does mean a lot. I appreciate you going through these documents. You know, you're just you're a document nerd like me. I appreciate that. Okay, but we're gonna go through the rest. We got a whole lot more to go through, and there's more shocking information in here. We are just near the middle of it. We're just getting into the thick of it. But there will be more coming out very, very soon. Trust and believe. Still can't believe that they're not looking at Jenna. Why are they not looking at Jenna? Are they just looking at how they're not getting along as just a mother-daughter tiff? Which, given the situations, I beg to differ. That's all I'm going to say about that. I beg to mother-loving differ. But we got some things going on. I may be on a little bit later tonight, so it may be a late show. But like I said, we got some other things that we got to talk about, and I want to bring those things up so we can chop it up and all that. So be sure to make sure that notification bell is set to all, so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload. That would be amazing. Please do me a favor, though, before you head out, hit that like button down below. That would be dope. Let's see if we got to 1K. Yes, we did. Yes, I love it. Thank you guys so much for the love. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, we could have been covering something else, but the fact that you guys want to hear this does really mean the world to me, and we're learning so much more into this case. Oh, here's the other thing. One more thing before you guys go. Let me ask you guys this. Who is the roommates? Who are the roommates? And do they know anything that was going on? Or were they a part of any of this stuff? That's what I'd like to have answered. Who's the roommate or roommates? And is there any involvement in this situation? That's what I'd like to know. Anyway, hit that like button down below. Please and thank you. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on Facebook or any of these other platforms. If you haven't done it yet, hit that follow button on my Facebook, X/Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Please and thank you. That would mean the world to me. And of course, if you're watching on my main platform, YouTube, please be sure to crush that subscribe button. That would be amazing. Okay? Crush that subscribe button. All right? And if you want to support the channel, hit that join button down below, become a member, or go check out my Patreon. Okay, we're really starting to get things revved up on the Patreon, starting some conversations over there. So things we don't get to fully discuss here, we're discussing over on Patreon as well. So get your butts over to Patreon, patreon.com/the Pascal Show. Support the show, support the channel if you can. These purple lights don't pay for themselves. So help me out. That'd be amazing. And I look forward to having further conversations with you guys over there and here too. Of course, we're not done talking here. All right. But I'll see you guys probably a little bit later on tonight. All right. So anyway, guys, It's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. See you guys soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.